listed and written down. So I did want to let everybody know that I will be in a new channel. It will not be the Ethereal Plane. It's more than likely going to be spelled something else. I will be posting a weekly guided meditation. Each week we will have a new guided reason that we're going to be doing it. This week we're going to be focusing on breathing techniques during meditation. So hope to see you guys there. It'll be at 9:30 p.m. on Wednesdays, and it'll be a weekly thing. So I hope you guys come. That'll be nice to see y'all.
Yeah, Jasper's gonna host a free guided meditation for y'all, so that's nice of him.
Oh yeah, I didn't say free, did I? I probably should have.
There's also gonna be an event still in the free section that it'll be like this event. So instead of just me up on stage reading, we're gonna have like other people who want to do readings, and then people can still join. And so it'll be like a team effort. So, if someone likes to read tarot cards just for fun or whatever, there's going to be a community night to where people can just come in and then be like, hey, I want to give a reading. Come up to the stage. And then someone will be like, hey, I want a reading. And then you guys can pair up and read each other.
Yeah, that information for that will be coming out a little bit further here soon. I would say within the next week we'll have that posted.
All right, I'm ready. Who's first, Jasper?
All right, let's get to it. So Lucky is going to be the first one, and Lucky would like the general.
General for Lucky.
Real quick, just so everybody's aware, I saw you put your hand up there, Lucky. Everyone will be staying in their seats.
All right, bro. Your creative ventures are really coming into manifestation for you, bro. I've been seeing you posting on your social media consistently. And also what I want you to start doing is I want you to start taking clips from your live streams and start posting those on social media too, bro. You might want to create a separate social media account to post your gaming clips on it. So that way you can keep your spirituality separate from your gaming clips. But this is coming into fruition for you, bro. You just need to keep doing what you're doing. Keep saying that mantra that I gave you, bro. And don't worry about any competition, all right? You probably hear me say this in a lot of my videos, but you have no competition, all right? You're a very powerful being, right? You have very powerful manifestive abilities. So that means that what you're trying to do right now, there's room for you. All right? Just keep doing what you're doing because things are manifesting for you and they're going to happen a lot faster than you would ever think, bro. Okay? They're going to come a lot faster than you ever think. There's one thing that I'm going to tell you as you move into this newfound creative venture with your streaming and with your social media. There's going to be something in your life that you're going to have to give up. You're not going to want to give this thing up, and you may have already given it up. You may have already given up. You may have working on giving it up. But ultimately, it's dragging you down. All right? So you need to create new space. You need to let go of something in your life right now to create space to allow something new to manifest. Okay? And also, you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan for thank you, Hannah. Thank you so much, Hannah. I love you. So I see you don't have a long-term plan, bro. You don't have a long-term plan. And so you need to create yourself a plan. You need to sit down. You need to write out goals. And you need to plan your future, bro. Because right now you're just drifting. And the longer you allow yourself to drift, the longer it's going to take for your manifestations to come into fruition. All right, so really take the time to sit down and write out a list of goals and what you want. What happens when you write out a list of goals of what you want? You literally make a contract with the universe, right? You're telling the universe, this is what I want. It gives the universe direction instead of just pulling you wherever it wants to go. You guide it. All right, so just keep doing what you're doing. I love you, Lucky. Create a new social media account for your gaming, bro. Okay. Start posting clips up. Oh fuck. Whoops. Whoops. I accidentally hit the wrong button, bro.
He said bye.
I accidentally hit the fucking the leave button on when I fucking went to type the chat. I accidentally hit the exit button, so it just popped me out.
That's hilarious.
All right, who's next, Jasper?
All right, so Jeff is going to be next, and he did want a general reading around a person with the initials JAN. That's what he said in the chat, so just repeat.
What's this person's first name, bro? Janae. So like it seems like it's all right. It seems like you already know the answer to this question, bro. You're asking me a question and you're wondering what to do when you already know the answer. Your intuition is already telling you what to do. So literally all I'm doing is just you know deep down. You know deep down, right? It seems like there's a lot of like holding on too tightly with this, too much control, possessiveness, a lot of bad choices, and it's a risk. This is a risk. It's a risk. This is a risk. Yeah, it seems like you're refusing to let go of a situation, and you need to have the courage within yourself to allow yourself to let go. You're holding on too tightly and you're not allowing yourself to trust your intuition. It seems like, yeah, you need to use your head, right? You need to use your head. You need to allow yourself to separate yourself from your feelings and look at what this relationship or whoever this person is, look at how they're going to affect you. Look at how they have already affected you. And if you think that things are going to change in the future, they're not. All right. I love you, bro.
Okay, and whenever you're ready to move on, Rev will be next, and she wanted the collective.
Collective for Rev.
Yes. Granny, you'll be next.
I'd say let it go, Jeffrey. Let it go, bro. You're better off. Let it go, man. All right. Rev for a collective. Hidden Brandon says, how can I get a reading? Right now, I'm doing my Discord live. So I put the readings off on a hold on my live stream, on my public live stream, because I'm reading my Discord. So if you want to hang around and get a reading after my Discord readings, then we can do that. My on live readings are $23.33 if you would like an on live reading. But for now, I'm focused on my Discord. If y'all want to hang out in the Discord, I'll type in my Discord chat or the Discord link. Hold on a second. There's my Discord link right there. So I love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm reading my Discord. Okay, collective reading. It seems like you're too focused on love right now. Literally, like this collective reading, whoever needs to hear this, you're too hyper focused on finding a partner. You're just too focused on someone else. You're too focused on attracting your soulmate or your twin flame. When really what you need to do is you need to work on yourself and you need to focus on yourself. And what happens is when you stop looking for that thing, it literally has a way of just popping up when you stop looking for it. Because the way that this type of partnership works, it's literally like a magnet. When you have one magnet and you have another magnet, you have a positive side and you have a negative side, right? The positive and the negative attract, right? Now, when you turn it over, a positive side and a positive side, they don't go together. And a negative side and a negative side, they don't go together, right? So when you're actively looking for it, it has a way of pushing itself away, and you never actually get that relationship that you're looking for. So you have to stop looking for the relationship in order to attract it into your life. right? You need to focus on yourself. And as soon as you pour into you, it has a way of kind of popping up when you aren't looking for it anymore, right? Start focusing on yourself and literally everything that you want out of life. Ask yourself, what do I want and what am I doing to get it? How am I loving myself right now? Ask yourself that question. What am I doing for me? What am I doing for me? And don't ask yourself, where am I going to find the next relationship? Because it literally, it won't, it doesn't, it literally, especially when you're on such a high level, such as ours, your emotional states are much more energetically charged because you're on a higher plane of reality. You're vibrating on a higher plane of reality. And so your emotions are more energetically charged, right? And so the more you're looking for something, actively looking for that partner, the more it pushes us away. I don't know why with love, with people who vibrate so high, such as we do, why it works like this. I don't know why we're the ones that have the magnet, right? Because you have other normal people who are vibrating on a lower plane and they'll look for a partner and they'll find a partner. But for us, when we vibrate on a higher plane, it's the opposite thing. We don't find partners for ourselves when we're actively searching for a partner. As soon as we stop looking for the partner, all of a sudden five people pop up. Literally, the moment you stop looking for that active relationship is the moment you have 5 suitors lined up at your door, all trying to talk to you at once. Why? I know why now. Because we don't chase, we attract. You are an attractive being. You are a very attractive being. And so what happens when you chase? It moves away. When you chase it, it runs. When you stop chasing it, it comes to you. We don't chase, we attract. All right? So stop looking for that partner that you're searching for. Allow that person to come to you. All right? I love you.
Okay, and the next one is going to be you just did Granny, so Lynn's next.
Lynn?
Did you just do the collective? Did
Yeah.
you just do the collective or Granny?
I did the
So
collective.
Granny's next.
I did the collective.
Yeah, so Granny is next. Yeah, I can't read my own handwriting. Granny's next, and she would like general, please.
General for Granny. If you're on my live stream and not in Discord, I'm currently reading my Discord channel. Yeah, so I love you all. If I miss your comment, it's because I'm focused on my Discord. If y'all would like to come hang out on my Discord, I would love that. I'll type my Discord link in my chat. There's my Discord link right there. All right, I'm on Granny, right? You said?
Correct.
Oh, fuck. Hidden Brandon, what follow? cards popped out when I thought. They were all stuck together. All right, so I can see, Granny, you're actually experiencing a lot of conflict in your life right now. Whether that be conflict on the outside or inner conflict. But usually what happens is the outer conflict manifests itself because you're in conflict on the inside, because life is a direct reflection of you, right? Your consciousness at this time. Thank you, All American. Your consciousness at this time determines your outer reality. And your outer reality is not going to shift immediately. It takes time. That's the reality leg. So like when you are able to become conscious and you're able to change the way you feel and kind of stop that conflict, it takes a little while for that new level to integrate itself into your reality. And sometimes what happens is you have to get rid of relationships that you attracted while you were in a lower vibrational state. For example, let's say you're carrying around resentment for whatever happened to you in the past. You're carrying around some type of resentment, and you always catch yourself thinking about that thing in the past, and you find yourself very resentful all the time. That resentment is going to create that same type of vibration all around you. You're going to attract people who resonate with that same vibration. And so you might manifest friendships that are based in that lower type vibration, right? It's not good or bad, right? Vibrating in that vibration, it's not good or bad, but it is negative. The reason why it's negative is if you vibrate in resentment, that emotion inhibits your body's ability to function. When you vibrate in resentment, it lowers your immune system. You get sick a lot easier. Might mess up your digestion. It might clog your heart. You might get heart disease. Whatever emotion inhibits the body's ability to function properly is considered negative. So while you're vibrating in that negative state, you attract everything around you is going to be based off of that same negative state. And so if you have found yourself feeling better, it just might be that you're having trouble letting go of the things that are in your reality right now due to a fear of change, right? We say the devil you know. The devil you know is easier to deal with the devil you don't, because the devil you know, at least you know that person, at least you know what you're getting, right? Because the mind will latch onto an idea of when it changes, well, what if it's worse? Right? Well, what happens if it's worse? That's the thought that the mind will latch onto, right? But ultimately, life has this way of giving you the perfect situation that's best for your consciousness level at this time. So whatever you need for conscious evolution, life will present to you at that moment. And that's how it is. So and I see that you have a lot of potential. You have like hidden talents. You have hidden talents that you have yet to tap into. And if I was you, I would just start trying different things that you never thought you would be good at and give it a little bit of time. For example, before going to prison, I thought the extent of my artwork was stick figures, right? Well, that was because I never gave it time. I never gave it patience. But then I went to prison, and then all of a sudden I can tattoo. Like, you know what I mean? So like, it's just a hidden talent that you need to put time into. So I would suggest that you pick up something that you never think you could do, give it a little bit of time, and maybe you could turn a new passion into something that could pay you. Okay? Because ultimately you're on the right path. My advice for you is you reevaluate your relationships that you have right now. It seems like there's something that you're holding on to that you need to let go of. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. I love you. Tristan asked, what did I go to prison for? I went to prison for robbery and assault. Robbery and assault.
Okay, whenever you're ready, Lynn is next, and she would like a general as well. Son of Rock, you're after Lynn.
Lynn is next? Okay. Thank you, Janet. I love you, Janet. Thank you. The Gizzity Goat trophy. Let's go, baby. Alright, let's see. If you're in my live stream, come join my Discord channel. I would love to have you all. Discord link is in my bio. Bam. Right there. Alright, let's see. Let's see what's up with Lynn, baby. Let's see what's up with Mama. You got any chocolate milk today, Lynn? Bill, what? Chocolate. Fucking chocolate milk, bro. For real. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. Man. Why do you do this to me, Lynn? Too much. My roommates are out there having fun. Oh! Oh! Oh. You had to be there, Jeffrey. You had to be there, bro. You had to be there. If Lynn wants to explain it to you, she can. But you gotta have been there, bro. All right, here we go, Lynn. Is Lynn even here? Am I reading her? Is she not here? Okay. Thank you, Rombon. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Bam, bam.
Lynn, oh my.
What did she say? Hey, yo. Let's go, baby. Oh, All right, here we go. You just distracted, dude. I'm dick-stracted right now, okay? Fucking dick-stracted, all right? All right. Oh. Okay. All right, Lynn. I see there's a lot of living in the past. We talked about this once in the Discord chat already. I can see that you are in the process of releasing pain. But I can still see there's a lot of negative self talk, probably self blame, self pity, possibly for some stuff that has happened in the past. And so, what I would suggest is that you rewire your neural pathway. What's going on right now is you have a very well worn neural pathway regarding a certain situation that is based around a lot of trauma. And so I'm going to give you a mantra to say. I want you to say this mantra 3 times a day. It really works. Literally, this is the mantra that I used myself. I used this mantra myself, which is why I incessantly give this mantra to people, because it works, right? And the mantra is, I want to feel better. I am going to make myself feel better. It's just 2 sentences that you say 3 times a day, 3 different times. You say 3 times, 3 different times a day. You repeat those 2 sentences 3 times, 3 times a day. But when you say those sentences, I want you to literally feel like they already are true. Believe that it's true. And so, furthermore, when you catch yourself thinking about this situation, I want you to think about something that makes you happy. Because what we need to do is we need to rewire this neural pathway. You need to be a trailblazer right now. All right. You need to grow wings and fire on your feet. All right. Your little spiritual body needs to run through your brain and create a new path. So imagine that you are a hiker, right? You're hiking. Imagine you're hiking. And then, you always walk the same path when you're hiking. Every Saturday, you go to the same mountain and you walk the same path. And you do this for 10, 20 years. Let's say you do this for 20 years. That path that you're walking every Saturday for 20 years is going to get very well worn. Very well worn. There might even be other people who are walking this path. Eventually, the path will get so rutted in, right? It'll just keep getting rutted and rutted and rutted. What you need to do is you need to create a new pathway. Create a new path in your brain. So every time you catch yourself walking down this path, thinking about this thing that happened in the past, actively think about something that makes you happy. So that way you go from that pathway and you are able to put yourself on a new path. Combined with that mantra, it's going to heal a lot of your trauma, and it's going to help push you into a higher state of vibration. Okay, Lynn, I love you.
Okay, Son of Ra, you are next, and you have wanted a general. Susan, you are up next, so please make sure you have your questions ready when he is done.
I'm sorry, dude. I did not listen to what you said, Jasper. I was distracted, bro.
No, Lynn, all up in the
I'm not gonna lie, I was distracted, bro. Oh,
Lynn, come on, get there. Alright.
Oh, man, dude. Alright.
Alright, lock in. Yeah, just lock down for a minute, Lynn. Just a minute.
Okay.
Alright, so, back to serious. Okay, Son of Ra is next, and General, please.
General for Raw. Got it. I got it. Oh. Oh. Do it louder. Do it louder. My live stream loves you, Ryan. They say hi, Barbie. They say hi, Barbie doll, Ryan.
You better make his weekly appearance later.
Here we go, Raw. All right, Raw. This is kind of a continuation. That's not. It's kind of a continuation as far as what Lynn is going through because. All right, so it's funny that it worked itself out like this. So ultimately, we can't take someone who is depressed and immediately make them happy, right? Our goal is to take them from depressed into a level of less depression. And then we take the less depression and then move it up another rung. And we move up rungs until ultimately we get them vibrating in happiness. So largely you are able to have that vibration of happiness. It looks like largely you are able to vibrate in gratitude, right? Gratitude is the attitude. So largely you're able to do this. And so for you necessarily, we're interested in the next step of evolution, which is above happiness. The next step of evolution above happiness is separating yourself from happiness, no longer vibrating in happiness, but rather vibrating in the state of joy that comes from living in the moment, right? So for you, instead of thinking about things that make you happy in the past or the future, your new goal is to ground yourself in the present moment rather than think about something, because you largely already rerouted your neural pathways. You largely are pretty happy with yourself generally. It's you're pretty satisfied with yourself. And so moving up the next rung is shutting off your emotions in your mind and connecting back to your inner body, connecting back to who you are beneath name and form. And so I suggest for you is doing a lot of breathing techniques. A really good one is just focusing on your breathing. But when you breathe, don't count or have any type of mental commentary during your breathing sessions. Just become aware of your breathing, because ultimately your breathing is run by universal intelligence. And because fundamentally you are universal intelligence, fundamentally you are God, but not you. God is infinitely greater than you, but you are not separate from God. So fundamentally you are God, but the paradox is that it's infinitely greater. So your human intelligence could never understand the infinite, but that does not mean that fundamentally you are not the infinite, right? And so because fundamentally you are the infinite, fundamentally you are consciousness, fundamentally you are the one who is aware of being aware. When you become aware of your breathing, you see a reflection in your breathing as yourself. So when you become aware of your breathing, you recognize yourself in the breathing because your human intelligence is not the one who is breathing, right? You don't consciously breathe. Breathing just happens. Furthermore, your heart just beats. Your immune system just fights off invaders. You just digest food. Those are not things that you consciously do as a human being. However, fundamentally, universal intelligence runs that. So what happens when you become aware of your breathing without labeling it mentally? You unlock that peace and stillness inside of yourself of who you are. Breathing is a very, very strong technique to keep you rooted in the present moment, because that's where we want you right now. That's where you are at in your step of evolution. So we want you in the present moment rather than thinking about something that makes you happy in the future or thinking about something that made you happy in the past. We want you out of your mind completely. We want to create gaps of no mind for you. So what I would also suggest is doing a nightly meditation or a morning meditation. And so I'll kind of just run through the meditation really quickly. So the meditation is, you just can set aside 15 minutes. You don't need any more than 15 minutes. You can do more. It's certainly not a waste. Doing more than 15 minutes of meditation is not a waste at all, right? Because it's something that helps you consciously evolve. So the meditation practice is simple. So what you do, set a timer for 15 minutes, breathe in. Don't just breathe though. When you breathe, follow your breath into your body, right? Follow your breath into your temple. Follow it in. And then when you breathe out, follow your breath back out. And what happens is you enter your body. When you follow your breath in, you have entered inside of your body, right? Because what Jesus says, when the master is at home, the thief cannot come into the house and steal. However, when the master is not home, the thief may come in and wreak havoc. What Jesus means is that while you are in your body, nothing can come in, such as sickness or disease or negative emotions, to ruin your temple. So breathe in, breathe out, follow your breath out, and become aware of the pause in between the in-breath and the out-breath. The pause between your in-breath and your out-breath is very powerful. There is a brief silence and recognition inside of that pause that is really powerful. On the third time, breathe into your body, and instead of following your breath into your stomach, place your attention into your hands as if you were breathing into your hands. On your third breath in, follow it in, and then place your attention in your hands as if your breath went in it itself. And then you will be able to feel a vibration in your hands. Keep focusing on the vibration, and then take that feeling and place it all over your body. And go from limb to limb feeling that same vibration. All right, Ra, I love you. Thank you for letting me read you. Yeah, I do need to hydrate. Absolutely, Ra.
Okay. I do also have Blue Sparks on my list. I don't know if you can hear me. He is in here. I do have him on this list, but I couldn't remember if I asked him what he wanted. So if you could type in the chat for me, please. But next on the list is Susan. So Susan, if you are ready, please pop up your questions up in the chat real quick for us. Oh, wait, never mind. You said you wanted a general. You did say that mid-chat. Susan said that she wanted a general because of the situation she's going through.
General read for Susan. Aye, Captain. Of course, Sarah. If y'all are in my chat and I'm not answering you, it's because I am live on multiple platforms, and I'm focused on my Discord live stream. Every Saturday night we have a Discord live stream. All right. I do love you all. It's just that I'm focused on this. So if I miss your comment, it's just because I'm live on multiple platforms. I would love to see you all in the Discord. I'll link my Discord inside the chat. Okay. There is my Discord. Come and join us. We would love to have you. All right. For Susan. I would love to just see you subscribe for the monthly subscription, Susan. All right, Susan. There is a side of you that is ready. There's a side of you that is ready to emerge, but what's happening is there's a fear that is blocking this newfound person who you're trying to become to come out. What's happening is you're actually afraid of the hermit mode, because what's happening is when you enter into hermit mode, you feel a deep loneliness, and it feels like you're withdrawn from the world, and it feels like you need a human connection. So we are meant to go through isolation. We are meant to feel these feelings of loneliness, and we are meant to feel these feelings like we are being withdrawn. We are meant to feel them, consciously enter them, and allow them to be. The isolation period in our lives is what pushes us. Part of the process is what pushes us into evolution. You have to think of it just like a butterfly. What happens to the caterpillar when it goes into its cocoon? Right? The caterpillar crawls along, and then all of a sudden it gets put in a cocoon by itself, stuck there. The caterpillar's molecular structure changes. It morphs into liquid, and then somehow, through its isolation, its molecular structure changes, and then it pops out and becomes a beautiful butterfly. You must not run from the hermit mode. When you're feeling lonely because of this, enter the feeling. Whenever you feel a feeling, such as a negative emotion, such as loneliness, do your best not to try to feel any differently than you're feeling right now. Whenever you feel a feeling and you want to feel differently than you are right now, what is happening is you're creating what's called a pain gap. Because you, in the present moment, are experiencing loneliness. You are mentally projecting yourself into a past or present time where you're not experiencing loneliness. That is splitting your consciousness in two, and you, in the present moment, are causing you here, and then your projection in the middle, it adds on suffering to what you're already feeling. That's the pain gap. So when you feel a feeling, ask yourself if it's okay for you just to feel the way that you're feeling right now, and be okay with that. But when you ask yourself the question, thank you, Darchich. I love you. Thank you. So when you ask yourself the question of, is it okay if I'm feeling the way I'm feeling right now? Don't ask your mind. Ask yourself and go into your body, right? Say the question out loud. Say, is it okay to feel this loneliness right now? Or is it okay to feel the way I'm feeling right now? After you ask that question, place your attention inside your body and see what your body says. Don't ask your mind. The mind will try to pop up. And when you ask yourself that question, the mind will try to say, no, it's not okay that I'm feeling this way. I want to feel differently than I am now. That's the mind projection that will push you off into somewhere else. Ask that question, then go inside of your body and see what happens then. See what happens when you ask your body if it's okay to do something rather than your mind. Through this, you will have a sudden awareness. I promise you. I love you, Susan. Thank you for letting me read you.
Okay, I don't think I ever saw Blue Sparks answer in the chat. Blue, are you...
Absolutely.
Did you want a reading? I don't think he ever did. All right, Blue, I'll give you a couple more moments here, and then I will... Sorry, I will actually be the last one on the list tonight, and then we are going to be officially done.
Oh, phenomenal turnout tonight.
Thinking that Blue is not with us at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and move on. If you want to go ahead, and it is me. If you would like to do a general, sir.
General for my...
time's sake on the last one.
A general for my boy. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. All right, Jasper, you have a double-edged sword, my friend. Your double-edged sword is your thirst for knowledge. Your thirst for knowledge is good on one hand, but it's also negative on the other, because a lot of the things that you find interesting are not going to bring you back closer to home. For instance, the energy vampire, the incessant curiosity to learn about the vampire. That is a perfect example. Thank you, Paymon. If I was you, I would apply that thirst for knowledge into content creation. Apply that thirst for knowledge into more conscious matters. Eckhart Tolle, for example, stuff along those lines. Definitely content creation. If I was you, I would be learning about content creation right now. Yeah, bro, you're like, content coach. You can ask me whatever you want, bro. Like, I don't mind helping you at all. And I know that like this newfound path is very anxiety ridden for you. But I'm gonna tell you right now that things are gonna move so fast for you that you're gonna be shocked. The wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, bro. All right, and things are gonna come in so fast for you. You're literally gonna be shocked at how fast things are gonna start popping off for you. Okay? But that comes to the leap of faith as well. Your life is gonna get so good, bro. Your life's gonna get so good, dude. It makes me smile. Like, you're gonna walk around a land full of unicorns and rainbows, bro. People are gonna look into your life and they're gonna be like, it's gonna be like a heavenly realm. You're literally, you know what song's popping into my head for you, bro? Is I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, I'm walking on sunshine. And don't it feel good? That's what comes to my mind when I think about your future, bro. I'm telling you, bro, your life is going to get good. I love you, Jasper.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you, sir. I do have one question, though. How the hell did you know that piqued my interest so much? We were talking about that in chat. We didn't talk about that in person, good sir. I know. I know. All right, guys. That's it for the night. Yeah, sorry, Blue. We had to move on. We are moving on for the night, guys. That's it. The list is closed. This live is over, but we are going to move up to the round table here in a moment.
Yeah, we're very strict in this live stream. If you're not here to accept your reading when your name is called, you are skipped. We are moving now up, to the round table, like Jasper said. I would love to see you all. There's going to be a lot of people. A lot of people in there hanging out with us.
All right, so anyone that's left in here, once Forbidden moves up and you guys don't leave, I will move you up to that table.
All right, chat. I'm gonna be more locked into y'all. All right, the weekly live stream is over. We are so I can pay more attention to you guys. Now we're just gonna hang out and
What a good readings we've had. For real. Mine was pretty cool.
Hey, thank you.
It's not destiny. Hey, buddy.
Thank you all for hanging out with me. I love you all.
Hey, Paradox.
I love you all.
Wait.
We're all Delulu. We're Delulu, guys. We're Delulu.
Use my camera.
We're all Delulu. We're all Delulu.
These guys.
We're all Delulu.
Yeah.
Hold up. Oh. There we go.
What time it is?
What up?
What time it is? Take it bold.
The song is in my head now.
I'm walking on sunshine.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sunshine.
Whoa. Whoa. Sing again.
And don't it feel
some.
You got some pipes.
lady.
You got some pipes.
I sing on my life sometimes. I'm not gonna sing.
Dragon, why don't you upload yourself singing on social media?
That'd be a great idea. Well, she's already got a lot going on.
Yo, you are really good. Fucking, you are good. You have a really good voice. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm telling you, like, you have a good voice. A really good voice.
You know the song by Kalani Folded?
No.
Go listen to it. It's a really good song for vocals because I feel like you can hit them. It's like my favorite fucking song from her right now.
Let me write it down. What's it called?
It's
Gang Gang.
Folded by Kalani.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna open up my readings on my live. All right?
Discord.
On my live stream over here, y'all. My readings are now open over on this side. If anybody is in YouTube who would like a general reading, I offer general readings in my live stream. It is $23.33 for a reading. You can send the $23.33 to the tip jar right down here, okay?
I gotta get my ice cream too. Ice cream is tall.
Yeah, so for anyone who did not hear last time, that was the last free Saturday night live stream. I unlocked subscriptions, and then so hopefully I'll see some more people in there. The highest subscription is $39.99. So anybody who subscribes, if you'd like to support the kingdom, if you'd like to come hang out, I'd love to have you. Even if you don't, I still love to have you in the Discord.
Couple quick things too before we move on. Lynn, I did want to let everyone know that you are going to be my replacement whenever we're doing lives and things like that. I'm gonna have you doing the live. Oh, I thought I already sent you a chat about that, didn't I?
No, you sent it to me, bro.
Oh, honey. Yeah, I didn't get
You sent it to me, bro. You just sent that to me.
Hey, Lynn, I got a question for you. So I'm gonna be going out this degree.
Welcome back,
I
son.
wanted to, see if
It's over 9,000. Gee.
Just to be around, because here in a couple weeks I am going to be out and I will not be on the live on the 20th. That week I will not be available.
Hi.
So I just wanted to let everyone know if you do move down, Lynn's going to be there. And also, some of the other ones that were not here earlier, I wanted to let everyone know that about the meditation that is going to be starting this Wednesday. It's going to be a guided meditation. It's going to be technique-based, and this week we're going to be focusing on breathing first, because that's the basic level. So if anyone wants to come in, this is a free service that we will be offering on Wednesday.
You leaving, hybrids? Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out. I love you. I'll see you later.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be creating an event. I'll make an announcement about it.
What's up, Son Goku? Welcome.
I'm there.
The weekend of the 20th. That's a Monday.
April 20th? Well, August 20th.
April?
Please, I just
No, August.
back to April, please.
August. My surgery is on a Tuesday, so no, it wouldn't be 20th. It would be the 21st, I think. Is that Saturday?
In
Because my
August?
surgery is on a Tuesday.
22nd
Yeah, my surgery is on a
is
Tuesday.
on Sunday.
Okay. There we go. So the 22nd would be that day I will not be on the live. But with that, so everyone knows, Lynn will also be moving up into the mod realm with me over on the lives as well. So if you guys have any questions, I'm going to train her well.
Oh, shit. We about to be like right on rice or something like that. Like
Well, if I can steal you away for a moment, away from forbidden Jesus. I'm just calling that out right now.
I'm dead.
I'm
I
dead.
need my weight for this.
You got this.
I mean, what are we talking about?
We're talking about you Dragon. So, how's your shop going?
Oh, I made it, and that's about it.
No,
You
okay.
got your pen?
My what?
Your pen to write the song down.
I pinned to write the song. Oh, yes, I got my
What's
pen.
up? What's up, Cali Stacking?
Yeah.
Good to see you. Hi, Marybelle. Welcome. I love you all.
I wrote it
Hope y'all
down,
are hanging out.
and then everybody started talking, but
This
I'm
tonight
not sure
is
if I
the
wrote it down
normal
correctly.
Discord
So,
stream,
Kehlani,
so
what was the name of the song?
we're just hanging out in Discord right
Hold
now,
it.
and I stream it.
Hold it. Okay.
I could sing it for you guys. But,
What's up, Charisma Chick?
There's too many people in it.
What's up, Charismic?
Oh, come on, man.
Got it. Yeah, thank you.
Charisma Chick.
Thank you for getting me back on track.
Thank you, Dark Chick. I love you.
I don't know if anybody else has heard this song before, but it's actually a good song. So, like, I know that a lot of people go through, like, the same shit. We all do, right? Like, whether we say it or not. Like, we go through
I'm a sick
relationships where,
person.
you know what I mean?
Welcome.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not a good relationship, whether it's a narcissistic, abuse, just a regular relationship
Hey,
that's just
walking
not
on
working out, and then you
sunshine.
leave that person.
Whoa.
So basically, her song is about when you're in a relationship and you're done. She's basically saying she's got your clothes folded, pick them up at the door. It's cold, but it ain't frozen, basically. So I'm giving you one last chance to come get your stuff before I feel like doing something else. I'm not saying go catch it on fire or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't give it back, at least give it to like a Goodwill or something. If you don't give it back, to
Freeze
that person.
Shit, man.
Freeze in.
Hey, thank you.
But
Put it in
it's a
my
good
drawing.
song. It's
Well, I threw some of it out.
it's actually playing right now. It's just the beginning. But has Fort Business said anything about
Yeah, Kelly Stacking.
Jasper about the Music Luna thing that we worked on several days ago?
Yeah, you guys want? I can turn it on in here.
Don't
Oh,
turn it
no, I
on.
was just asking because
Don't turn it
yeah,
on. It'll mess with my ads on my live stream. Don't turn it on.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
copyright
I
it.
was meaning in here. I meant in general. Was it on? Because I know we worked on it the other day. It's so silly to me that
Yeah, no, it's on here. I was using it in all the others, and it was fine.
All I can think about is how since I seen you last. I know I didn't have to walk away. All I had to do was ask for space. I'm telling you, be on your way.
You're very welcome, Cali Stacking. I'm glad that I can bring you a song to get stuck in your head. Greetings, my honey. Welcome. Good to have you. If you are on YouTube and you would like a reading, my readings are 2333. I do general readings. They last 3 minutes long. They are 2333. You can send that to the tip jar link right here. Life is good. I'm glad, Starve Your Ego. I'm super glad.
It's just a really good song that I used a lot of times getting over my last relationship that I had. Because I literally had his shit, like, dead ass for like 4 months. He would not come get it. And I'm like, bro, if you don't come get it, I'm tossing it. And everybody's like, bro, let him buy it. So, sorry. I think you got the right vocals for it, Dragon. I really do.
Yeah, they're listening to some songs. They're singing in my Discord channel. Yeah, they are. They're singing in my Discord channel. They are.
I just went through that, like, at the end of April. There was a relationship that I had that...
You are the collective. Yes, you are, buddy.
Things were in my house, but I was traveling, but he was there with me. So whenever I got back, he had to move it out, but he couldn't move all of it out. And I had to, like, throw away some of it, and I put the rest of it in my garage because I felt so bad for throwing it away, right?
Right.
But my point was is that, like, this didn't even hit me like it did before.
Like, it was rough for me because I lived in the same town as him, and I see him all the time, and he didn't even come get his shit. And I'm like, dude. And I've learned that when guys don't come get their stuff that they have, they're trying to have that one reason to still talk to you. And I'm like, negative Ghost Rider, I'm out this bitch. Sorry.
Or, it was like way worse.
That's what's
like,
up, Divine High Priest.
Not bad at all. It was just another pattern.
Chess, baby. 20 steps ahead, you know what I'm saying, though? You know what I mean?
Sorry, guys, I never said I could sing. I just wanted to show her a song that I felt that she had good vocals for. So I apologize. I'm done.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't have to be done. Don't go hide.
Apologize.
You don't have to.
No, I'm not going to hide. I was just saying I was done singing because I never said I could.
You're fine, girl.
I'm gonna go get my ice cream.
If you have a chance, you can listen to Sky Daddy. She writes all about the abuse. Really good writer.
You said skydiving?
Sky Daddy.
Tracy, did you?
Daddy with the X instead of an A.
Okay. Sorry, I did upload into the Luna channel because you can upload like me and Forgotten uploaded my Spotify for my frequencies in there as well. It's also in Lynn's acoustic chambers. But if you have like YouTube or Spotify and you want to upload a playlist of just regular music, that's what that's for. Because I know we all probably like music. And a lot of us have different music that we like, so I think that all of it blended in would be awesome, so we can all get a taste of each other's music. My Spotify, I'm about to open it up, so when I add to my frequencies on my playlist, you don't have to follow me to be able to hear all of them every time I load them up. But I'm going to open it, and that way if you have frequency songs that you listen to, you can upload it to my Spotify too. So I'm about to open it up for everybody. Hold on. Is Revan here yet? No.
No.
Okay.
No. But Lynn, I did want to let you know too. I've been playing around with Luna. I can actually add your entire playlist right to it. You would just have to update. I didn't see any playlist in there. I did see a Lynn playlist, but it was blank.
Oh, I think because I uploaded my frequencies, and then he uploaded some of his YouTube music, and we was jamming out talking for a minute. But I think he might have deleted it all. We were just checking to see if it worked.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, I can just put it right in
I know
there.
you follow me. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
That sounds perfect. And then we can also do regular music too, guys. I know. I listen to everything: country, rock, fucking.
I'm not sure what that means, Tracy, did you?
Jazz.
Tracy Giovanni?
I listen to
Tracy.
everything. So whatever you guys post, I am willing. I love learning new songs and new music and new artists. So
Ostriches. Why can't
I'm
ostriches
super excited
fly?
about the music
That
part
is
of Luna.
Heck yeah.
Lunabot.
that's a
Me
yeah,
too.
Did you see how those were like 1,000 frequencies up in there?
Yeah. It's
Sorry,
a
but
lot.
there's like doubles though. It is.
Frequency is the frequency
But that's why. Huh?
1,000
34.
hertz frequency is the frequency of the most high vibration of love.
34.
Sorry, that caught my attention.
Why are we all so quiet all of a sudden?
Because that was a.
What was the? I
I'm thinking
didn't.
about going to get my ice cream.
What was the question?
Why is everybody so quiet now? How's everybody's day? Is everybody doing good? Has anybody ran into troubles on anything in their life recently? Like, what's going on, everybody?
We're going pretty good here. Always good. Extra good these days. I've had 174 hertz.
Love your accent. God, dog. Sorry. I love accents. Okay.
I'm clearing, releasing, getting pulled into the ethers for principality warfare. I also had to get my dad today. yesterday. Yeah. And I feel bad for that. But I think it's good for the whole family. It's like a generational clearing.
Jamming out to Beethoven? That's tight.
Yes, those are good.
That's hella tight. Big Beethoven.
Where's your crystals? Yeah.
That's right.
Is that the amethyst one? Oh my god.
Yeah, this is amethyst too. So.
Freaking love it. It's
Nah,
my
I was born
birthday,
in
so I
92.
have to love it. Like, I don't have to, but I do.
When's your birthday? Tell me.
February 12th?
Tell me what?
2/12. Aquarius. All day long.
I couldn't remember when the cutoff
Ashley.
was.
Then 18? Ooh.
What is
I
the
think it's
hurts of
18th
a
of February.
crow's cry?
Possibly 19.
That's a good question.
May
I don't
16th.
know. I need to look it
1989.
up.
I'll tell you guys.
Are you a Gemini?
Well, I have a lot of Gemini placements, which is funny that you said that, but I'm Taurus.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Libra.
You sure right. My dad's a Taurus. Well,
My dad's a Gemini.
Google or Microsoft
Yeah,
Copilot
it's under
says the
it's
hertz
video.
is around 200 to 400 hertz.
You guys don't have to be quiet. You can
cry.
unmute and partake in conversations.
The crow's
We
cry
don't
is,
judge here. We don't,
loud.
you know what I mean?
200 to 400 hertz.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
I've been dealing with it.
How you doing? I'm
I'm
welcome.
good. How you doing?
Thank you, Ashley.
Natural herbs and medicine will help you. Oh, yeah. I have been taking oil of oregano.
Ashley with a follow.
So we'll see.
Taking all in with drop them up.
Was that Susan talking?
I'm a tarot reader, Ashley. I read tarot cards.
Keep talking, girl. I like your voice too. Oh.
Yeah, so I read tarot cards. Right now, I am in my Discord channel, and we are having our community night. So every Saturday night, I live stream in my Discord channel,
I talk about it
and
a
then we
lot.
have a community night
And because
afterwards.
I'm an Aquarius and I am
And so
bi,
during
like,
my
I love
live
it in my
stream,
sign, right?
during my live stream, I read
Yeah, like the
During,
there's a lot
hold
of
on.
like ancestral clearing, like generational clearing. You know,
So,
you can also feel, like,
every Saturday night. I have a live stream in the Discord channel, and then I read everybody in my Discord channel, and then afterwards we have a community night,
Kind of mind-boggling.
and then
It's like everybody that has ever been.
so I still read tarot on my live. So if anybody would like to purchase a reading on my live stream, my readings are $23.33. You can send them to the tip jar. Ashley, I would love to see you in the Discord channel if you want to come hang out in the Discord. My Discord channel's the link is right here. Boom, there's my Discord channel. But yeah, I read tarot.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pisces. March. I'm such a Pisces, too.
Hi, Cassandra.
I found y'all.
What's up?
I like y'all.
Welcome,
I
thank
see
you.
them coming around. Yeah.
Aquarius.
I like your glasses.
Thank you.
She's a pretty Pisces.
Mad Music says crows. Yeah, crows are one of the smartest worlds in the animal. They're one of the smartest animals in the world.
By the way, I
Crows
love
are very, very smart.
I just get distracted.
They're my nails.
Oh,
I feel hip today. Hip and jive. Hold on.
Hip and jive. I like it. Oh,
You jive turkeys, you.
I'm jiving. Wait, what is that song?
Yeah, of course.
Jiving. We're jiving.
Or Ben better start drinking some water before I make him drink some chocolate milk.
I just drank on my water. I just drank on my water.
Grab the cup like I got it. Don't worry about it. Hey, hydrate. I love it. Yeah, I'm talking about making me the mom of the boy. Jasper, I know it was you.
I don't know what you're talking
Nominated me to be the
about.
mom.
Yeah, a lot of people have trouble reading for
Okay.
themselves.
don't know.
Because
He said,
when you
he
read
said what happened
yourself,
was that wasn't me. Okay.
it's like when you read yourself, it's like
It was
Staggy. All right.
you see what the card is, but you know what you want it to be, and so it's hard to separate the actual meaning between what you want it
Where's
to
the
be.
baby at?
And so a lot of tarot readers can't read themselves because
Wait, what's the
they
setting?
they can't get a distorted view of what's going on.
I'm upset. Well, I got called the mama of the group, number one, and number two, I asked him where his baby was because I don't hear the baby. I love babies, dude. Everybody always gives me their babies, and then I babysit, and then I get to spoil them and send them back. It's great.
He is currently running back and forth in my house. The one
Oh,
side of
he thinks
the
I'm
house.
tired.
Oh, you're
Hey, he never wears out. He's literally the never ending.
source energy, man. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Did y'all see what Fort Business did?
No,
Yeah.
don't make me go back and look at the live.
Go back and look at some deadass. He gets on nerves. Hold on, I'll be back. I can't do this right now.
What just happened? I said, hey, what's going on?
What's going? I said. That's a good song.
Yeah, it's good to have you, Ashley.
I
Perfect.
said, hey.
Okay, well, he had.
Do I mostly channel? I mean, I read tarot cards.
Put on some chapstick. Look back at the camera.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that ego lately. Like
That sounds about right.
I like, you know, like
He over here posing at Jay. Are you a model now? Forbidden? You modeling now? I told him to smile. I ain't looking at him. All he doing is smiling. Well, blushing too. Look at you. You can't help but blush. Look. He's like, how I look? Do I look good right now? Am I cute? Okay. We got my stick on, bro. I love it.
Siblings walking with
So it's so funny. I'm over here like leaning back, but he's just about to hit me in the face. Funny stuff.
yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the ego lately, and it's what I've come down to. Like, honestly, ego is nature. You know, like nature is like protecting us. It's like the last soul connection we have left. So it's put itself in
I'm a
our
Cancer.
mind. So
That's what I am.
we want this, want that, want that, nature,
You're good, Ashley. You're good. You're
So you
good.
gotta put your ego back. You gotta put it aside and put it back into
Ashley, life is a video game.
and it's got its rightful place.
So I'm kind of building off of that a little bit, and it has nothing to do with what you said, but you were saying like the last soul connection that we have. It's kind of like hermitage.
Thank you, Christina.
Yeah, whenever you go into
Yeah,
hermitage,
Thank you.
connect from the people who aren't like
Thank
on
you for your support.
your
I
quote
appreciate it.
level, and that's okay. They're supposed to be where they are.
Hi,
Then you
Jennifer.
meet the people who are also on your level as you're in the hermit mode, right?
Correct.
And then once you get back to yourself, you can reconnect with souls. So it's not really like a last soul connection.
So we've lost our beliefs. Nature hasn't lost our belief in us.
Thank
So
you,
it's
my
stored us up in the mind as an ego. You get the ego out of the mind, you put it in its rightful place, back where it's meant to be, and soul beliefs in that. It's holding our connection up, like the natures, the animals, all.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's where its rightful place is meant to be. And that's
I have
the
conversations with
want
birds
this,
all
want that, want this, want that, want this, want that. This is what nature wants.
So it's more of like a frequency rather than thinking about things.
Pretty much. Nature needs us. It really does. Like, it's the last line of defense. Without nature, we are gone, dust, and we are done.
That is true. We have a symbiotic relationship with trees, and the humans keep on cutting down the trees, which actually give us oxygen.
Well said.
So the ego is so in a need for want for more that we are literally killing the things that we have a symbiotic relationship with on this planet. Trees breathe in carbon dioxide, which we breathe out. Then they breathe out oxygen, which we breathe in. And we keep cutting them down and fucking not planning more and fucking just keep ravaging. So
I was gonna say something else before that. That just, yeah.
Sorry. Good luck, Dad.
No, it's. I also feel a lot of like Mother Earth energy, so it's like the disappointment of that, but it's also like patient with us, you know? Because that's what we were taught.
I just see.
Shit, what was I gonna say?
That's technically true, man. But I mean, we gotta go back down.
Mother Nature.
We gotta go back down, like to the fundamentals. And the fundamental is that anytime you add a label to yourself, that's not the truth. So if you say we are spiritual beings, that's not the truth. That's not the truth.
But we are the ones
because you add a label onto who you are.
Straight facts.
Yeah, that ties into
It's
that.
by
Yeah.
Sega.
Yeah, so the human consciousness is the most intelligent because the human consciousness is stemmed from the brain, and the nature or the universe. Let's say the universe has spent millions and millions and millions of years preparing a form in order to express itself through, and that form is the human brain. And so the ego gets in the way and usurps the conscious connection that we're supposed to have with our creator, which is universal intelligence. And so it's not actually our consciousness, right? It's just the ego.
Word.
Yeah,
Where the fuck did it come from? That's my question.
the ego. So
What
what
ego?
happened? So here's what happened. So when human intelligence was born, the mind is so powerful that due to the law of duality and the law of opposites, the mind being so powerful, it created its opposite in polarity. So the mind was so powerful that it created a mind of its own, the opposite. So we have the mind that has a mind of its own. So our mind and our intelligence is so powerful because we literally have our brains are organic computers, right? Our brains are a network of 1 billion neural pathways that run on electricity. And our thoughts that we place into our brain are like programs. And those programs run through our computer in our head and control the reality around us. And because the mind can control the reality around us, it was tainted by madness. Something as powerful as being able to shape reality had its opposite, which usurped the consciousness and had a mind of its own. And then as soon as intelligence came into being, we have cavemen and cavewomen. What happened is a caveman had a club, and the caveman would kill one person with the club. Fast forward to this present moment, the president can now push a button and kill 1 million people. That is not evolution. That is evolution in the service of madness. That is not actual evolution. We literally just went from killing one person with a club to killing 1 million people with an atom bomb. That's not evolution. That's not evolution at all. That's evolution in service of madness. The mind usurped the conscious evolution. And so us as human beings, we can't evolve in nature anymore because what has happened, human beings have skirted the law of nature, which says the survival of the fittest. In nature, there's a law, and it's survival of the fittest. The strong survive, the weak die. The predators eat, the weak don't. And so, as human beings, we play God. We have these doctors that heal people. We have these things that, like, for instance, like diabetes. People with diabetes, according to nature, are not supposed to live. They're supposed to die according to nature. They're weak. My family, I wouldn't be here if that wasn't true. I wouldn't be here. Because my family is diabetes ridden. However, because what happens is when we evolve on a level of form, we go through some type of intense thing that makes our form change. For instance, the fish probably evolved or could have evolved in whatever part of the world because a piece of the ocean got trapped in a rock and it went out, and then as the water went down and down and down, those fish, they either had to evolve or die. And us as human beings don't go through that amount of suffering on the level of form. And so now our only level of evolution is a quantum leap in evolution. And the quantum leap of evolution is when we turn off our minds. We have to turn off our mind and allow the universal intelligence to work through us rather than allowing the ego to work through us, because the ego is dominated. Just look at evolution. We went from killing one person with a club to killing 1 million people with an atom bomb. That's evolution in service of ego. We must separate ourselves from our mind, take away the ego, and allow consciousness to become inside of this world. And then we don't know what's going to happen. No one knows what's going to happen when the new earth, the closest thing that we know what's going to happen is, it's said in the Bible in Revelations, it said the lion will lay with the lamb. Could you imagine the lion laying with the lamb? That is like the closest thing that we could understand mentally as to what would happen when we create the new earth. Like it's not fathomable to the human mind because we can't understand the infinite. We as human beings understand a very minute thing. So we must quantum leap in evolution, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes sense. There's a lot of layers to it too, and I'm seeing all of it. I don't really know what I want to say yet. But
Discord channel.
There shouldn't be like a complete rejection of the ego at this point. Like our end goal is to get rid of it completely, but we need it to protect us during the process of evolving into a higher mind state.
The belief that we need the ego is just an exaggerated form of ego. Eventually we will be able to strip the ego and we won't need it anymore, because the reason why we won't need it anymore is because once it could, or we could also call it transmutation. We take the ego and we transmute it. It could be to nature, which is also could be, and it could also be called transmutation, because the ancient art of transmutation is actually turning your unconsciousness into consciousness. It's turning base metal into gold. And so because the reason why we have commandments from the Bible, for instance, the reason why we have those commandments is because the ego is in charge, and someone who is run by their ego needs to have laws. They need to follow strict laws of society because their ego will make them do things that they shouldn't be doing. They should not be doing these certain things. Thou shalt not kill, blah, 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 blah. All of this stuff is because the mind is in control, and when your mind is in control, you need laws in order to be put in place. But once you take the ego away and you're not living in your ego anymore, and there's enough people living in without the ego, you won't need the ego anymore, because people won't be encroaching on your boundaries anymore. They won't be pressing you into things. They won't be trying to control you. They won't be causing violence. They won't be doing anything that you need to protect yourself. They won't be doing it anymore. And as you evolve outside of your ego and it transmutes into nature, you actually create this reality around you to where you don't need the ego anymore, because your state of consciousness reflects your reality. Now, there might come a time when you need to defend someone else, but ultimately the reason why you are like attacked you're very, very much less likely to be attacked when you vibrate in that aura, because if you walk around angry, you're more likely to attract violence. You're more likely to attract road rage. When people get into a car accident, what happens is their pain bodies, which is past emotional pain broken off from your energy force that lives inside of you as a semi-autonomous entity, it takes control of your thinking and then portrays itself and portrays the past pain that you've been feeling, and it repurposes it. That's why the past repeats itself. And so when people come to an intersection and both of their pain bodies are active and they're identified with it, the pain bodies cause the accident because they unconsciously want that accident to happen because it causes them more pain. And so that's why a lot of the times accidents happen, because two people will pull up, they'll both have active pain bodies, and then it literally portrays itself into an accident.
So I guess my point is that, you know, that's eventually what we're going to get to, is that we won't need the ego.
Eventually. But for now, yes, you're absolutely right. For now, the ego's neither good or bad. It's neither good nor bad, right? Because in fact, nothing is neither good nor bad. You can say we have negative emotions because negative emotions, they inhibit the body's ability to function properly. But that's not good or bad. For example, you have a murderer that kills 100 people. That murderer tells you that he's on a mission from God, and that's what he thinks in his head. And according to that murderer, he's good, but according to these other 20 people, he's not. So that proves that the good and bad is only based on perspective. Perspective comes from your conditioned past, which shapes the way you think and perceive the world. Identification with the conditioned past creates the false sense of self called the ego. And so, because you have neither good nor bad, forgot where I was going with that. Lost track of it. But yeah, it's the ego is neither good nor bad. It just is. And so because we're in an ego dominated world right now, when you feel that fire inside of you and that need to defend, you know that someone's encroaching on your boundaries. So, but in order to act from a place of consecrated action, which is what I call it, you must become aware of that fire inside of you. And before you act, you must know that it's your ego. And if you know that it's your ego, you separate your identity from it, and then you act from a place of consecrated action. And that place of consecrated action does not create an opposite energy polarity. It exists outside of the law of opposites. Because when you react out of a place from ego, it's a reaction. You react instead of act. So if someone comes into your, if someone calls you, for instance, you're driving down the road and you cut someone off on accident and that person honks at you and says, fuck you. One of the first reactions might be, oh, fuck you, and to flip that person off. That's a place of reaction. That is not a place of consecrated action. Now, if you notice that this person, you feel that fire inside of you and you say, okay, that's my ego, you can then either maybe choose to react. You might say something to that person, but you also might notice that you don't need to say anything to that person because that's a place of reaction. It's not a place of action. That makes sense.
It makes
You know,
sense.
where do people go and confide in? Do they go and confide in animals or people? When they're getting struck down, they go and confide in animals. You know, like that nature's holding up the soul connection for us.
That is a
nature defending us at the moment.
That's a very.
You know, like when someone starts on their soul missions, all that sort of stuff, they go into nature first. They start working with animals first before the people, because nature is stronger. It's got the connection there, and it cannot be taken out. It is holding a doorway open for us.
That is absolutely correct. Nature is a very, very strong portal into your inner body, into your I am presence, right? Into God, into your inner body. It is a very, very strong portal because animals, they are all in line with the whole. Human beings are the only people who are not aligned with the whole because we have the ego and the mind who runs everything. And so if you look into nature, for example, I can't remember exactly where it was, but there was a tsunami like a while back. And during this tsunami, no animals were killed at all. There was no animals killed during the tsunami. Why? Because those animals are much more in tune with the whole. And so, but even saying that they knew is not exactly true. They probably just found themselves moving, not actually understanding. They just moved because they're in tune with the whole. Right? Even saying they did this because of that is saying it's a mind thing, because there actually is no this because of that. It's just the whole. And when you act from that place, the whole just acts through you because it's in betterment of the whole. So there's no this because of that. It's just the present moment doing what the present moment calls for through you. And then as soon as I take credit for the action that comes through me or the creation that comes through me, that is ego, because I am trying to take credit for the whole. Although I am part of the whole, as soon as I say I do this or I do that, that ego, the false sense of self, lives in that little word I. And then I have then separated myself from the whole. Really what happens is it just the whole works through you, and that's it. Because we are all one. We are not separate at all. Deep down beneath everything, from your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your values, your morals, your possessions, beneath all of that, beneath your soul, beneath your spirit, beneath any label you would ever add to yourself, there is a oneness. It's just one. It's just a oneness, and that's it. So when you go from that oneness beneath everything, that oneness, and anytime you say, I am this, I am that, anything after the I am is actually an illusion, because there is no separate. There is no you and him. There's no you and them. There's no you and God. It's just a one. That's it. And so when we add those extra things to it, it becomes further and further away from the truth. And people who are speaking about it to me, like right now, I can never give you anything. I have nothing to give you. I can't give you anything because, for instance, we'll take this, for example. Just bear with me. Let's say I'm walking by and you're a homeless person sitting on a box. You ask me for $10 to go buy food, and I say, hey, what's in that box you're sitting on? And you say, oh, it's just an old box. I've been sitting on this box for 30 years begging people for change. And I'm like, well, why don't you try to open that box? And then you're like, all right, fine, I'll open it. And lo and behold, it's a box full of gold bricks. I have nothing to give you. I am just the person who walks by you telling you to look inside of yourself, because I can't give you anything. You can never lose anything. You are whole fundamentally. Anytime you feel like you've lost something or you feel like you've added something, both of those are false senses of self. And so I'm just the person trying to point, and anything I say is only a pointer pointing you back to yourself, because that's what the truth. It's just you. It's just inside of you, your inner body awareness. And you can feel this by literally going into your hands and paying attention to the inside of your hands. Go inside your hands right now. You may close your eyes, but some people don't need to close their eyes. You can literally ask yourself, can you feel some type of life force energy inside of your hands? Can you feel maybe a tingling feeling, or is there energy vibrating inside of your hands? That's you. That is you. That's your inner body. That's your I am presence. Take that feeling inside of your hand and move it into your feet now. Take it, and the same feeling, you'll feel that feeling inside your hands, you'll feel it in your feet too. Both of them. Now take your feelings from your feet and your hands and put it inside of your lips. The same feeling will be in your lips, your hands, and your feet. Then you can wash that feeling over your entire body. That's the feeling I'm trying to point to you. Everything I say is just a pointer to that feeling. And you can never explain what that feeling is, because as soon as you try to explain it, it's not the truth. We can point to it, such as you're now feeling peaceful. Your body's feeling lighter. You might feel inner spaciousness. The reason you may feel lighter is because your vibration has raised to the transcendental plane, which is above the mind. You have shut your mind off, and you are now paying attention to your inner body, which is the present moment. So now there's no more mind activity at all. It's just a feeling of felt oneness. That felt oneness is who you are. That's literally it. And so that's God. That is the unexplainable. And when people try to debate the word God, it's like they try to debate the word honey. They try to use the Christian belief system, the Buddha belief system. They try to use belief systems to argue about what they don't even understand, because the concept of God, the truth about God, can only be experienced through a feeling realization. For example, take the word honey. You and I can argue about the word honey as much as we want. It doesn't matter. We could argue about the word honey. But then one day, someone comes by and sticks a jar of honey on the table. And we're like, wait a minute. I've never tasted honey. I've never tasted that before, but we've been arguing about it for years now. We've been arguing about how honey tastes and how honey feels and the way honey looks. And now someone stuck honey in front of us and we both taste it. And we're like, oh, shit, that's honey. And it's literally nothing that we've been arguing about. Literally, our arguments have been nothing close to the truth at all. And that's what people do with God. You can never experience it outside of yourself. It can only be experienced as a feeling realization. And that feeling inside of you, anytime you add a label, that's mind. The mind always labels. The mind labels because it cuts reality up into pieces, creates a sense of separateness. Through that sense of separateness, reality becomes a flat two-dimensional construct, and it takes on a hardened seriousness. You look around reality and you take life seriously. You take things that people do to you seriously. You take the way that you feel seriously. It takes on a hardened sense of seriousness. Once you vibrate and you take away all of those labels and the mind cutting reality up into pieces, you add back the 3D nature. You become aware of the awe-inspiring mysteriousness, because using the example of honey again, if I was to say, this is honey, or let's just say this is a pen, right? Is this really a pen? Is it? Or is the word pen just a word that the mind created to understand it, to put it in a box? And then it will tell you, well, I needed to communicate. We needed to communicate. Do we, though? Do we really need words to communicate, or is that just a mind-generated belief? Look at ducks, for example. You have 100 ducks in a pond. The leader of the duck flies off, and a millisecond later, every other duck on that fucking pond all take off at the same time. Did those ducks ever communicate with each other at all? Or did they just act from wholeness? So do we really actually need to communicate with each other, or is that just a mind-generated need to cut reality up into a box?
That kind of makes me think of how all of us just naturally started like when COVID happened, I know that's a big subject. How we naturally just started standing 6 feet apart, and we still even do it at grocery stores in public. And nobody communicated that. Like, they said it online, but we all just started doing it. Or like how everybody was acting the same way and having the same types of thoughts or whatever. There was a lot of like misdirection, and I think that's what woke people up to. Because like the news reports were all saying different things, but the main thing, what I want to say is standing 6 feet apart in line in the grocery stores, it still happens. And
So
nobody.
was that dude that abused everybody and told me to wear a mask?
What was that?
I was that dude that abused everybody who told me to wear a mask. I would like cause the biggest scene inside a store. I would not get served in the end, and everyone behind me would not get served near the biggest scene I caused. I would not. I'm like a rebellious soul. I travel in the hole, and anybody trying to break us apart, like I seen what they did to the older generation, stopping us going to nursing homes, all that stuff. That was like emotional disconnect, detachment, all that sort of stuff. I did not stand for that for 1 second. I just can't do that.
I feel like the mask were a ploy from the evil forces. The mask was a ploy from the evil forces to keep our smiles away from each other. When you smile, you shows. Well, it's all in your smile. So if you can smile, you conquer all. Anyway, psychology. People can't smile these days. They don't know it.
Oh, so
That smile is powerful. It sets the mindset.
I hate wearing a mask.
I love what he just said because I say that all the time. Like, one smile can change someone's entire day. It may not change the world, but it can change someone's world. You know what I mean? So when I go live, I try to do that. And everybody always used to tell me, "You have so much energy. You got too much energy." No, bitch, you don't have enough. Don't tell me what the fuck I don't got. The fuck?
You know?
So
Absolutely.
love being you. Love your energy. Love who you are. And I try to do that in my lives and say that all the time. Like, somebody in here may not be in here right now, but somebody added me on my Facebook a little while ago. But I try to go live when I'm not doing shit, you know, like being fat, eating ice cream, don't tell nobody else though.
I'm hungry. So I'm
I love your faith match your shirt, by the way.
Huh?
I love how your faith match your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at this shit. Fucking delicious.
Oh, hell yes.
I'm like a fat kid in a candy store.
Oh yeah, girl. Enjoy your life.
I had a chocolate chip Savoy the other day and it.
That's right.
Oh, y'all think, hold up. Y'all don't understand. I literally love food so fucking much.
Me too. I'm a chef, so I get it. Fudge, ice cream, Ben and Jerry's.
Sorry.
My girlfriend loves to cook. My girlfriend loves to cook, and I love it because I can't cook. And I love food, so she cooks good food.
Hell yeah. I love cooking. Listen.
I just can't. I can't do it.
Listen. Sophia, isn't it you that posts your recipes all the time?
I love looking at her recipes.
I've said this millions of times. I can cook my ass off, but unfortunately for me, I can't do recipes. And I'm gonna use this just to be a smartass. I'm black. I don't use measuring cups and shit, so I could not tell you how to measure everything. Look, bitch, I'll put a dash of this and a pinch of that, okay? That's all I can tell you. I can't say 1 cup of mustard. I can't do that. I just smell it. That's how I know the seasonings are on point.
So I just do the recipe for people. I always put a dash of
No
it.
fat shaming.
But I
You don't go to the
know
grocery
how
store?
much
What do you
is it.
just like?
Yeah.
You just
Right?
you just order off a line? You just go to Walmart Plus? Is that what you
I
do?
made the Biscoff square today. I haven't tasted it yet.
Go taste it.
It's in the
Listen,
fridge.
like I
It's
said,
there
I
waiting.
love food.
Yeah, I love food. I'm a foodie.
I love cooking. But I can't do the recipes. I can tell you what's in it, and then we can go from there. but I can't post my recipes. That's why I love yours. You post them all the time. You show yourself. I love that. I just can't be that person. Like, if you want me to make you something, girl, I got you. And if you want to know
I
what's
don't
in
know.
it,
It's what I do on my social. So
I love it too. I love how many recipes you post in there.
Yeah.
Please don't stop. I love how
And I
many
love-
recipes you have.
I won't do something.
Yeah.
what was the first one you posted? Because I talked about it and showed a picture in the bulletin, and then right after I did that, you posted one in the recipes.
Thank you,
Was
Chosen
it the-
Starseed. Appreciate that.
Chicken, no. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It wasn't the chicken rotel that you posted first, was it?
No, the tater tots.
Oh, my tater casserole that I was talking about. Yes, you did, and I love that. So, like, I feel like in my heart, I was like, I made it. I posted it in bulletin, and then that was the first recipe. So I felt like in some way, I hoped you put yours up there. So I was like, yes.
Elza Ray Hatter.
Those tater tots
There's a
casserole, it's like
listen
a
to this.
discovery to me.
All right, there's a
Yeah.
thing that Jesus
I've
says.
been doing that like
It's
for
a-
the last 2 months.
He says,
Every week. Every week.
I literally put my tater tot casserole on the bulletin, and you went from there and posted it. Oh, I really did do something. I fucking rock sometimes.
Jesus
You're
says,
not forbidden. I got you, bro.
Jesus says,
Good job.
Oh, my house is a mess.
hold on,
The cats are awake and it's
I got an idea.
no,
Sophia.
someone was saying
About
something, and I
recipes?
said, hold on. I was like saying, hold on, because someone's in my chat, and I had a Jesus quote for them that I literally was just reading the Bible today. I was reading the Bible today, and there's a quote. Someone was in my chat basically telling me I'm a devil worshiper or whatever for reading tarot cards, right? And they come over and do my chat all the time, but Jesus literally says that. Let me find it. Let me find what he says.
Yeah, tell me who it is so I can go say something.
Everybody.
It says,
I'm like, how dare you talk to my boo like that?
We are devils and gods.
So you're
Let's see.
supposed to go drive like that.
Wait, these-
So,
They ate it first before they believe, so you got to give them room.
That's where my ego comes in. Not really though.
oh, it says right here. It's Matthew 11. It's Matthew 5:11, and Jesus says, "Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake." Literally, Jesus says that. He says that. Matthew 5:11. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you, and say all kinds of evil against you for my sake. I'm just saying.
No, it's out of context. It's not that.
No,
Matthew
it is.
5:11 is actually like from other god or entity trying to pretend they are gods. It's like the Chris come, but
that is where your and I
again.
beliefs differ, because that's not what I believe Jesus says. That's not what I believe Jesus is saying. So
Yeah, but it's out of context. Like it's
For-
like
for
picking
you-
a sentence.
for you,
Because the old text is about faith in God, but that only verse doesn't make sense at all alone, kind of.
it makes perfect sense to me, and it resonates very highly with everything that I go through. Literally, people come into my live stream constantly telling me that I'm a devil worshiper and the devil is possessing me because I read tarot cards. That's what people do literally all the time. They do it all the time to me. And Jesus, that's what I quote. Like, literally, that's exactly what popped out to me when Jesus said those words. He said, "They will persecute you and revile you in my name." He said, and they tell you, and people come into my live stream all the time saying that I'm a devil worshiper for reading tarot cards. And they do that all the time.
Hey, forbidden, got to attack the live, bro. That's what they do.
Forbidden.
believe God and devil's the same thing.
So it doesn't matter if they come and saying that. Do you want to know why?
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just using that was ego. That's ego right there. That was ego. Okay, and I fed into it a little bit. I did. I'm just using these words against them. It is ego.
Some things roll off.
Yeah, no. I just think it's funny, and I discovered that today, and so that was an ego thing to where I just had to do that. It was an ego thing, and I allowed it to portray.
And all of our haters are our biggest fans.
No, it's just that.
Where people fight fiercely to keep everyone else in the matrix,
Mm.
and they don't realize they're the gatekeeper, keeping people back, pulling them back into the matrix because they're repeaters. They just repeat what other people told them. They repeat this, they repeat that, you know. And if you are outside of the box of thinking, they're gonna pull you back into the matrix. And so,
I'll go to parent.
Not you. You're not a bitch.
You gotta be a free thinker. If you don't free think, you're done for.
It's okay.
Outthink, outlast, outplay.
Your own beliefs.
Outthink, outlast, outplay. Most people
What it
get
is
checkers.
the media.
Oh, the other. So Matthew, wait, am I on? Can you guys hear me? So the other verse to that, the other one, there was another verse. I'll finish the other verse. So it's in Matthew 5:11. It says, "Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake." And he says in Matthew 5:12, "Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you." So he's saying rejoice because they also persecuted prophets who were before you using his name. And so they come in. Jesus doesn't like tarot cards, y'all. Tarot cards are devil worship. Jesus would never use tarot cards, all right? Even though tarot cards were invented after Jesus Christ was dead. Tarot cards came out in like the 700s or like something like that, and Jesus was already dead. How could Jesus forsake tarot cards when they weren't around?
So what I get from that is that a person that wants to say that about tarot cards is that false prophet coming through.
It's the
Let's talk about it here.
It's the one, yes, yes. So it's the where was it again? Yeah, it's the
I was gonna say, I just look at it like they're upholding the matrix. You know, like they are not really maybe a prophet, but they're upholding who they believe is the prophet, and that may be like their priest or their preacher or something. And their priest told them in spoken word, this is what the interpretation is, or this is what it means. And as many affinity as there are people, there could be an infinity amount of interpretations. But you know, Jesus was killed, you know, by the, you know, and so as righteous as he was killed. So you could be as righteous and they still don't believe it, you know, they don't believe it.
So people have the ability to be a prophet, but they are in the matrix, which is using their natural ability of prophecy for a matrix system instead of our actual prophecy.
What if you can just control the matrix yourself? That's what we do. We control the matrix ourselves in our own mind.
Controlling is it? So that control is actually an illusion. Control is technically an illusion because in order to actually be in control, you must be able to shut your mind off whenever you want. If you have not found the off switch for your mind, and if you can't stop thinking whenever you want to, that means that you are being controlled by the mind. And the mind is the one in control of the matrix. So if you can't shut your mind off whenever you want to, you are in fact not in control, but you are being controlled by the collective human ego, which is partly of the mind. And so that is the same madness that has evolved from killing one person with a club to killing 1 million people with an atom bomb. That is the same thing that you are being controlled by. So until you can shut your mind off whenever you want, you actually don't have a choice in what you're doing. You are being run by your conditioned past, your past trauma, right? When a situation happens and your past trauma comes up and takes over your thinking, you then re-portray the past. That's why the past repeats itself. Nothing new can ever truly come into this world through the mind. It comes through the creative potential of your inner body, through universal intelligence. And then you cannot take credit for that creation. And that is also ego. That is creation in service of ego. So you must create through yourself, not taking credit for the creation. Then it is disconnected from the law of opposites. Because anytime you act from a place of ego, you are creating equal or greater energy polarity. So, for instance, if you have a war on hunger and you are trying to fight hunger, it mutually energizes the opposite energy polarity. So you have to find a way to shut your mind off. Once you can shut your mind off, then you can actually control it. Because what's actually happening is when beings become spiritually aware, what is happening, they've begun to have enough suffering that they don't want to suffer anymore. And it's actually the mind that is allowing them to change the way they think. Technically, it's still the mind telling itself to think a different thought. Just because you tell yourself to think a different thought does not mean that that's actually you. That's actually just the mind. If you are telling yourself to think something else, that is the mind. It's a step in evolution. It is. It's a step in evolution because you have become conscious enough to understand that you don't want to suffer anymore. So you, through a small level of conscious evolution, you have begun to change your thinking. But in order to fully consciously take the quantum leap of an evolution, you must completely shut the mind off. Then you can consciously.
Sorry. Shit.
Yeah, I'm working on my PhD right now, and one of the things that they tell us to do is to take days to think about the concepts we read about. So you do have to empty out, you have to use inspiration and everything, like looking up at the sky and watching water and watching things fall in order for you to advance your into other stuff. And
I feel like
Wait. She was
I
talking.
feel like sometimes the Matrix is God's game when we're in the devil's game. We're just in it to play to win. I don't know. Like my life has just been a fucking game. Like I see every sign that throughout. I don't know, just like Pisces in me. I know Pisces. I'm very intuitive. The spiritual is one most. I don't know whatever sign that gets to that word. But I have ADHD. I have so much in my brain. Not my brain. I give myself a higher consciousness. I'm a spirit in this body. I'm my soul. Like I believe all that. I can feel my spirit going to like just rise out of. I can just feel my spirit right above me right now. Just watch anything else. I don't know. I'm so free spirited. I just I want to break out of the Matrix. I want to beat the Matrix. It's not about beating. It's just controlling the Matrix into your favor. I'm coming to the realization about that. Like, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of free thinking lately, but then like we're the same thinking is you gotta shut the mind off. I think too much. So like, if you shut the mind off, I see the signs of porn. I understand that. I listen to a lot of music too. Every lyric in the music. If you really focus on the lyrics, every fucking song is telling it's all one universal that they're giving like you're a spirit from another dimension or whatever. I don't know if other people are, but I know and sometimes I feel like I'm the devil here on fucking earth and like I'm here to rule everything. I swear that's how I feel sometimes. And that's what they call me crazy. That's why I'm bipolar. I've been in psych ward. I've been through so much, man. I mean, that's what I believe in past lives. I believe in philosophy. I believe we are everything and everything is us. Interconnected.
We're all made so different. Even though we look alike and we're similar, we're all made so differently. Like, I tell people, So people talk about food that is healing for them. Like, for example, for a lot of humans, pineapples are extremely healing, and I'm allergic to pineapples. They're poison to me. So we're all made so differently, you know? So
Yeah, so I want to touch on what you were saying about the leaves falling and the water, and then I want to touch on the music. So like the leaves falling in the water, that is such a great portal into that intuitive nature, that creative part of you, because that like when you pay attention just to the water, it allows you to stay in the moment, right? Through observation of the water and just watching the water and listening to the way it sounds, paying attention to the way the light reflects off of it without labeling it mentally, it makes you kind of feel a sense of peace, makes you kind of feel a sense of stillness inside of you and kind of joy. You look at it and it just seems like you are part of that. Same with the leaf falling, and it falls down and the leaf falls, and it's just an amazing thing to look at, because so those are great portals when you watch the leaf fall, when you do it, you got to try to do it without the mind labeling. And then once you get that mind taking that labeling out of it, then you get into that
I've got one. Who's ever been into a forest with high trees and look up at the treetops and you feel dizzy? That is communication of the forest.
Thank you, Rebel Wars. Thank you. I love you, my boy.
I go to the forest to lose my soul.
Yeah, that nature is such a so really quickly, before I touch on that, I wanted to touch on the music too before I touch on the forest. So the music, so you have to be very, very careful when you listen to music. There's a very fine line in between music, because what music can do is it does have the power to drop you below the level of thought and allow creation to flow through you. A lot of the times people will listen to music to shut their mind off. But what it does is it drops you below the level of thought, and then you connect into the frequency of what's being said in the music itself. And so although it does quiet down the mind, ultimately you want to be able to do it without the music. You can do it without the music, because also when you're listening to music that has lyrics, when those lyrics appear, your mind is attaching itself to those lyrics. And a lot of the times, for instance, with rap is a lot of bragging lyrics. And they'll say, you know, I got $1 million. I'm on top, blah, blah, blah. If you pay attention when you listen to that music, all right, Blue Sparks, love you, buddy. So when you pay attention, or when you pay attention to that music, you will actually imbue your identity, and your mind will attach itself to those lyrics. And so you will become the one who is singing those lyrics. You will become the one, and it'll feel like you who is thinking, who is speaking, and who is rapping, or who is singing. And so that's a thing that you have to pay really close attention to when you're listening to music. And then nature, like Blue Sparks was saying about nature. Nature is, you keep touching on nature, bro. It's such a profound portal into your inner body. It's such a profound portal, because you look around in nature, and when you go out in nature, everything's chaotic, right? And some people don't like to be in nature. They'll go out into the forest and they'll feel scared. They'll feel afraid, because their mind is not comfortable in the chaos. Because when you look around a forest, you will see dead trees. You will see leaves everywhere, and nothing looks organized. It doesn't look structural. Versus in a park, which is landscaped and planned out through the mind, and trees are planted by the mind, you feel more comfortable in a park that's landscaped because the mind created it. And so the mind feels more comfortable in a park than it does out in the forest. And when you look around the forest, there are trees that are dead. There's a bunch of dead growth, and you'll notice that there is life coming up from the death. And so nature has so much to teach us. It's like it's one of the best portals into your inner body, and paying attention, because when you look around everywhere, everything is just so in tune with each other. And about the dead stuff, like the dead tree dies, we think that death is a negative thing. We think death is negative. If you go around your wherever you live right now and you try to see a dead body, it's virtually illegal. We have a cleaned up version of death, and it's virtually illegal for us to say or see dead people, or we don't even like to talk about death because we think death is negative. Even when you see a dead body, it needs to be a close family member, and then they'll put makeup on it. And so it's a dressed up version of death. And so we are so far removed that death is actually a good thing. Because if you, in reality is like a heartbeat. It's a contraction, and it's an in and out. I can't remember. It's a contraction and then the other one. So it's an in and out, just like the heartbeat. It goes in and out. And so moving forward, when you're born, and then you're in the out movement. You grow up, you accumulate stuff. Sooner or later, you're going to get to that point to where all of a sudden things start taking away. Your influence lessens, your possessions lessen, your looks go away, your strength diminishes. And what actually happens during that time is it's a lessening of the ego. And the being dimension can shine through you more clearly. So death is actually not a bad thing. We must lose things in order to gain them. So if you look at nature literally has all kinds of new growth growing from the dead thing, because it's actually not negative. It is a sign of life. It's a natural part of the universe. The out movement and the in movement. That's part of the universe. Yeah.
It's like a rainbow, right? A rainbow comes down and picks up the fall, and if you're like a soul walking around with a body, or an animal without a body, the rainbow comes down and picks you up, takes you back up.
Someone sent. Thank you, Rebel Wars. Thank you, Rebel Wars. I appreciate you.
Whenever you told us that people see nature as chaotic, and I get that with like all of the death and the fact that the mind didn't create the order of it. I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah, it's a very we view death as a negative thing, but it's really not. It's just part of life. It's there. We just don't like the concept of death because it causes us pain and suffering, and we think that it should not be happening. We think that death is something dreadful that should not be happening, although life says that nothing is permanent. This world is bound by the law of impermanence. Everything that is born into this world has a death. Everything that is born must die. We cannot escape that. That is why every single person is equal. We all are going to die. That is the one thing that we can count on is death. But when death approaches, we believe it shouldn't be happening, and so it causes great suffering. We have even attached negative connotations to the word old. When someone says, oh yeah, my phone's old, we immediately think negative. Even an old person, we don't even call old people old anymore. It's a societal thing that we call them seniors or elderly people. Where are the seniors and elderly people? They're put in homes. We don't like to see that because we think that that should not be happening. But back in the ancient cultures, old people were revered. They were respected and placed into spiritual positions as wisdom leaders. Now, even in America, when America was first founded, the granny who was sewing, that granny was a figure of our country. But now, only 250 years later, our granny is cute at best. But when our country was first founded, the grandmother was a very great icon of dignity. Back then, we still respected old people. But since something that happened in these last 250 years, we got more ego identified, and now we revere old as negative. So we stopped putting old people in positions of power. We stripped that from them. We don't look them as like they have wisdom anymore. Someone bought a reading for me, so I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna read them. I love you all. Okay, who bought a reading? Someone bought a reading. Elza, do a reading. Thank you, Elza. Elza, I do my general reading, so Elza.
Like, I'm an
I
artist.
get to hear the reading.
You know, planets don't exist. Like, if we throw that away.
What if we want to hear the freaking reading, Mr. Forbidden?
Okay. I'll do the reading. All right. Okay. I'll do it live.
Put it on.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, Elza, I'm gonna do it, buddy. But you see me talking. All right. So I offer general readings. So here we go. So let's see what's up with Elza. Let me set my timer too. Yeah, I remember who you are. Of course I remember who you are. Oh. Let's see what the heck is going on with you, alright? What? Why did you say that? That makes me think you remind me of a pirate.
I gotta go, guys, but I love you. Bye. Have a good night. Thank you.
Alright.
Obviously, I got a jet. I'm gonna go chop some wood. We're running low on firewood. So I can here.
Bye, Blue.
Love you all. I'll be there next time. Hey, Jasper, send me a link to your meditations and that. I'll be there.
Absolutely. I'm creating the profiles now for it, so we're doing good.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Adios.
See ya.
Thank you, Kyla. Alright, let's see here. Elsa. Yo! Oh, Elsa, you're like some type of you're literally like some type of cosmic time traveling bricklayer. For real. You were sent to this planet, right? You were literally sent to this planet. So that way you can build this empire, right? That will awaken people into their highest timeline. Right? You're like a walking construction site, Elsa. Alright. You shapeshift your form. Basically, this is what you do. You walk into a room, right? You walk into a room it's like you shapeshift into some giant wrecking ball, right? And you wreck people's belief systems and all of these negative things that people have inside of their minds. And then your ancestors come in the room, right? And they play laborer and pick up all the pieces. And then you transform into some type of some type of master concrete form layer, right? And you pour your spiritual body pours concrete down and creates a foundation for people that they can lean on, right? Because you have the art of a lion, you reflect that in other people, right? They tried to send you to the lions. They tried to throw you into the lion's den, right? But literally, you made friends with the lions, and the lion became your spirit animal, right? And you have the art of a lion, and so you reflect that in other people. You create these foundations, and then it's you turn into some type of astral carpenter, right? And you start building this giant tower in people's lives, and it's just this giant tower. And you teleport people into this super high timeline, right? Because you've unlocked your DNA. Listen. You're real AI, all right? You are actual intelligence. And you're like a master locksmith that, like, you unlocked your DNA and you imbue these people with, like, this ability. And so when you build this tower up to the heavens, right, you like input all of this information in this tower for these people, and it like just teleports them into this timeline that like they would never have even fathomed if they didn't meet you. You're like a genie that grants wishes. And then you literally, it's like, look. It's like after you build these people the tower, right? You like sit up in the clouds like a genie. You're like a genie on a cloud, right? It's like you're just outside their window and you just like continuously grant them wishes. How did you get so powerful? I don't understand. Oh, I love you, Elsa. Thank you for letting me read you. It's a shapeshifter over here. We got a shapeshifter over here, guys. Chat, we got a shapeshifter. We got a shapeshifter over here. Okay. Someone said they remind them of Marshall Mathers. Eminem.
Gotcha.
Are you Slim Shady?
I can rap, but I mean.
Does he drink chocolate milk?
Oh man.
Chocolate milk.
Sorry, my mind is fucking blown.
Chocolate milk and mom spaghetti.
Is your mind blown, Dragon?
I can say that.
About.
So you're right, Jasper.
Like, I never really dove into the logical, like, thinking and processing, like, frontal lobe of the brain-dominated type of thinking before. And how it relates to spirituality.
Wow. Yeah, so we have spirituality that's based in the material realm, and then we have spirituality that lies below that. And so what I call like the stuff that we're speaking of is true spirituality. It's not based in the manifested, right? You have manifested spirituality, and then you have unmanifested spirituality. So spiritually speaking, you have two modes of consciousness. You have unconscious and you have conscious. Unconscious people mistake their incessant mind activity and accompanying emotions to be who they are. A conscious being separates their identity from their incessant stream of thought and accompanying emotions and becomes pure consciousness again. They derive their identity from the unmanifested rather than the manifested. So the unconscious being has not found the off switch for their mind yet. They can't turn their mind off whenever they want. The conscious being has found the off switch for their mind so they can stop thinking at the drop of a dime.
I know what it's like to ruminate and stuff. Like, I've been through, like, experiences that make my mind go like that, but I guess at this point I never really thought of like how to integrate between how I think and process things versus how somebody could be in that era of their awakening and how to help them move past that, because that's misery to me.
Yeah,
I've
so
experienced that, but not for very long.
So the misery you speak of is necessity. It's necessary. It's necessary because you have to go through a certain level amount of suffering in order to want something different. If you haven't suffered, and then there's no reason for you to step out of your mind activity, because if you have a mind that doesn't make you suffer, what's the point of stepping out of it? You don't really suffer that much. You don't really look at life like there's a problem. Versus someone who suffers very intensely, they realize that there's a problem. They realize that they should be able to control their mind, but what's happening is their mind is feeding them incessant streams of thought, involuntary thought. They're not actually wanting to think, they want to stop thinking, but the thought process that they're experiencing are involuntary. And this involuntary process will sound like you. It'll sound like you, a voice in your head that sounds like you. But it's really not you. That is the semi-autonomous entity that is pretending to be you by using your voice, feeding you I statements, my statements, me, mine, my, I, myself, getting you to identify with it, therefore becoming the thought process, stealing your spiritual identity, powering itself to the past and the future, stealing your vital life force. And that voice inside of your head will argue, condemn, judge, label, compare. And that voice that sounds like you, we'll call the thinker. That's not you. So anytime you hear a voice in your head, no matter who it sounds like, especially you, it's not you. And that voice will like to argue with itself. It will think a thought, and then you'll say, no, I don't care. And then it'll feed you another thought that will say, yeah, but this, and that. And you'll say, yeah, but I don't care. I feel this way. And it'll be just an incessant back and forth with you and you. It sounds like you, and it sounds like you. But both of those are the thinker arguing in itself, getting you it's arguing with itself, getting you to identify with it. And then what happens with this incessant stream of thought that's arguing with itself, it will feed you a thought that goes on in your head, and it holds up a mirror. The thinker holds up a mirror. Going into your body, the thinker also holds up another mirror in your body. It will feed you an I statement that gets you to feel a feeling, and then the feeling will spark another I statement. And it will be an incessant bing, 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 bing. And every single time it bounces off from your feeling to your mind, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like an engine that powers up with every single rotation. Until eventually, and this mind pattern, these thoughts and these emotions will usually be accompanied by mental movies. Usually you're thinking about something that's going to happen in the future. You're thinking about an argument with someone, about how you're going to tell this person how you don't like what they did, or how you're going to tell this person how you think that they were acting rudely, or how even in the past when you were thinking about how this person cheated on you, or you're thinking about how this person disrespected you. Those mental movies, which is accompanied by the involuntary thought process, will get stronger and stronger and stronger until finally you seek relief outside of yourself. For me, my relief was acting out the mental movie that my mind was playing. I would consistently have to act out the movie that was playing in my head before I found that sense of relief, because I was in prison. I didn't have drugs. I didn't have shopping. I didn't have anything else except the relief to play out the mental movie. And so it got to the point to where it got so bad that I would go immediately act the movie out, because I knew my mind wouldn't leave me alone. It would just continuously run this mental movie of thought processes until I went and acted it out. That's when I realized there was a problem. I'm like, I should be able to control my mind. Why is my mind thinking by itself? That shouldn't be. I should be able to control my own mind. Why is my mind getting me to act out these movies that it's playing? That's the thinker. You are so much more than that. You are the one who is aware of thinking. We'll call you the observer. So now we have two entities. You have a semi-autonomous entity that feeds you incessant streams of involuntary thinking called the thinker. And we have you, who is so much more. You're the observer. The thinker steals your power and powers itself up through the past and the future. You are aware of thinking. You are not the one who thinks. You are the one who is aware of it.
I think about thinking before I think about something. Yeah.
You are the one. You are the one that the thinking comes from. You can exist without thinking, but thinking cannot exist without you. There's a famous statement that gave rise to the fundamental error of human consciousness, and that statement is, "I think, therefore I am." A famous philosopher said that. I can't remember his name. He gave rise to the fundamental error of equating who you are with thinking. That's a fundamental error.
So, but I'm a scientist.
I mean, being a scientist, it's this exists beneath science, right? This is a fundamental thing that we're speaking of. Actually, what we are speaking of is not a belief system. This is not a debatable subject. This is not a debatable subject because, again, what I'm trying to point you to is just back into yourself. And right now, I am teaching you things that allow you to connect back to yourself. These are truths. These are facts. These are not debatable subjects. These are the mechanics of the mind and the ego. You can notice it in yourself. Exactly what I'm saying. Incessant streams of thought. A voice in your head that sounds like you. Mental movies. This is the fundamental structure of what we're trying to talk about here. This is not a debatable subject. A debatable subject means someone that can bring in new information and get you to change your mind. You can debate about it and argue about it. But fundamentally speaking, what's being said here is fundamental truth. It's not debatable.
I'm going to say about Rene Descartes, who's one of my favorite mathematicians
Mm.
and philosophers. He is the one that invented the XY chart,
Mm.
the Descartes chart. He was also an extreme philosopher, and he's worthwhile looking into. He's an amazing man, but he was a scientist also. He was a scientist.
But yeah.
Yes, he's the one. He's the one that came up with the question. I think, therefore I am. Right. I think that was him. Because then, So it was Descartes who said that, and then Jean-Paul Sartre came up with the. Let me look him up. Exactly what he says. So you have all right. So you have Descartes.
There's a couple philosophers I'm totally obsessed with, and Descartes is one of them. And I met him when I studied math.
Mm. Yeah. So
And
this.
then learned he was a philosopher.
Mm.
I'm sorry, what question did you ask?
Are you a mathematician or a philosopher?
I'm all that. I'm both.
Oh, hell yeah, girl.
I have a little bit of education in me, and I'm also a metaphysicist. And so I started off my education studying math because I wanted to learn about how flowers bloom. And it wound up that I wound up being an engineer, and I worked as an engineer for many years. Raised two children. My sons are grown, 20 and 30 something, and I studied.
30 something.
Yep, my sons are 20 and 30 something. I have two sons. My sons are 20 something and 30 something. I raised my sons, and then I'm at the end of the rebirth, but I'm rebirthing myself into a different thing. But yeah, I worked years as an engineer, but I studied math. And Rene Descartes was one of the first. I heard of him first through my mathematics books because I also tutored math. And I would encourage people to read the math, not just do the math, because a lot of people just want to do it. And if you read it, you understand why you're doing it. So when I tutored, I learned about Rene Descartes, but then later on with metaphysics, I learned about Rene Descartes as a philosopher. But Descartes is the one that I think they're for.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
yeah, and so there's another. There's a
Yeah.
French philosopher,
Yeah.
and then I can't remember the statement that he said. He because it was in response to Descartes' statement of equating thinking with your being, and then I can't remember what there was a French philosopher, Jean-Paul Sartre, but he pointed to that fundamental error of saying that. He says the consciousness that says I am is not the consciousness that thinks. The consciousness that says I am is not the consciousness that thinks. That was his response to that statement.
It's a feeling rather than a
Yes,
logical thought.
a feeling. That is exactly. It's a feeling realization. And to get even deeper and point even more to it, it is the feeling realization of felt oneness beneath the myriad of forms. That feeling realization of felt oneness is who you are. That is it. That is God. Fundamentally, beneath everything, spirit, soul, ego, labels, everything, fundamentally, that is what every person is searching for. And that is the thing that they're always trying to cover up. There's always an incessant need and want for more to fill a void. You're always looking for the next paycheck, the next car, the next relationship, the next whatever it is. There's always never enough. It's never enough because the ego is trying to fill up that deep-seated disconnectedness to being. And it's being. It's either being or the unmanifested, but it's the deep-seated disconnectedness to being.
Just so eye-opening.
It's such a... I remember the first time, I'll never forget it, the first time that I consciously was able to shut my mind off. It was such a profound thing. And what made it even more profound is I was reading this book right here. It's called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, A Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. And he teaches the same shit that I'm trying to teaching about the thinker and all of this shit. And so it's fundamental spirituality stripped of all the jargon and nonsense. It's dry, raw, uncut enlightenment. And he teaches how to watch the thinker, is what he calls it, is watching the thinker. And so what you do is, because now that we know there's a problem, that we should be able to control our minds and shut it off whenever we want to. And now that we know that the thinker pretends to be us by using our voice to get us to identify with it, we know that there is a separate entity completely called the thinker that is not us at all. Then we have the observer, which ties into watching the thinker. So now our job as the ever-present watcher of our inner body is we sit and we allow a thought to pop up in our head. And when the thought pops up in our head, we hold the knowing of being the one who is aware of thinking, not the one who is thinking. We see the thought in the foreground of our consciousness, and then you feel a certain presence behind the thought. That feeling of presence is the higher dimension of consciousness that has stepped in. Then you must not judge or condemn the thought. If you judge or condemn it, that is the thinker coming through the back door, getting you to re-identify with it again. He taught that. There's these things in this book to where he says these are suggested stopping points. And after I read that passage on how to watch the thinker was the only time that I was ever compelled to put the book down. It was the one and only time I was ever compelled to ever follow one of these things like he suggested. So I read how to watch the thinker. I felt compelled. I don't know what it was. It was just a knowing to just put the book down. Sit. Watch the thinker. And after I watched the thinker, I picked the book back up and he told me exactly what was going to happen, just like it happened after I watched the thinker. After I successfully watched the thinker, he told me what happened in my body. Exactly. Not just a gist or anything, but he put into words exactly how I felt and exactly what happened. And once that happened, I was like, holy shit, because it just was like, whoa. The first time I consciously shut my mind off. And then that same night that I was able to do that, I'll never forget it either. In prison, we have so on the unit, we have soda machines, and so we use soda bottles as our water bottles. And so we buy soda tickets, we buy a soda, and then we use it as our water bottle. And I took my water bottle, and it's nighttime. I was in the dorm at this time. I was on the honor housing, and I went to get some water, and I had my empty water bottle. I looked at my water bottle, and it was the most profound thing I'd ever seen in my life. It was the most profound and awe-inspiring object I'd ever seen in my life. And it was just an empty water bottle. But it was literally like the most beautiful, awe-inspiring thing I had ever seen. And for 3 days after that, I walked around with that same awe-inspiring thing at everything that I looked at. I felt that same awe-inspiring feeling all around me all times. And then what happens when you're able to sense that awe-inspiring feeling inside of you? Reality begins to melt away and things don't matter as much as they used to. It seems like everything that happens around you happens in the peripheral of your vision, and things don't really matter that much. And things used to matter a lot to me. I would take life so seriously. Someone could step on my shoe, and if you didn't apologize to me, we're getting down. We're about to fight. You better, if you don't, we're about to fight. So that's how hard my ego shell portrayed itself into. Literally, people could literally smack their mouths when they were fucking eating around me, and I'm like, bro, if you don't stop, we're about to fight, bro, for real. Stop doing that shit. And so that's how hard my ego shell was. And so going from not even allowing people to act any type of way I didn't want them to act, going to literally laughing at the fact that I acted that way, and then having those things that 3 days, the night before affected me, and then the next night after consciously shutting off my mind didn't affect me anymore. It went from a radical, drastic shift in the things that bugged me to the things that didn't. It was just like a boom. And that's the...
It's like what you're sorry.
No, you're fine.
I just want to say before I forget, it's like a recognition of like just seeing the water bottle itself without even filled with water is taking appreciation back to the basics.
The more complicated a form is, the harder it is to recognize its being. So the more simple whatever it is you're looking at, the more awe-inspiring it becomes. Because the more complex that form is, the harder it is to recognize its being.
Yeah. So when you're taught to always want more, you're not good enough, then that takes yourself, like just like a regular working world would take yourself out of that basic appreciation into complex things like that. That's all I'll say. I don't want to dive any more into that.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Marvelous. Just beautiful, y'all.
Yeah, and so after understanding the mechanics of the mind and realizing that the voice inside of your head that sounds like you isn't actually you, and you're able to step out of that, it makes you look around the world and ask yourself, how is it that the mind has been able to do this for so long and become so entrenched? It's baffling. It's baffling. Like the shit that I'm speaking right now, the shit that I'm trying to portray and this draw is the same type of shit Jesus was speaking of. It was just like he basically was like using riddles, and it's just like it was a lot harder for people to understand what Jesus was saying. Some people did, but most of the time the shit that Jesus was saying, like people misinterpreted it even as soon as they started to write it down, like his prophets writing it down, and they were already misinterpreting it. Fast forward 2,000 years, and now you have belief systems that literally have nothing to even do with what the teaching was, literally at all. And so it's like the same with the Buddha. The Buddha gave a sermon, a silent sermon one day, and all the Buddha did was held up a flower. He took a flower and he held it up and he looked at it and he observed it and he smiled and he left. That's all he did. He took a flower, held it up, smiled, and left. And everybody was left baffled. But there was one person in the crowd that was said to have smiled. And that's how Zen Buddhism was born. From the master that smiled in the crowd stemmed Zen Buddhism from that silent teaching. And Jesus says, look at the lilies. They neither toil nor spin. Not even Solomon, in all of his glory, is arrayed such as one of these. Flowers are the enlightenment of plants. That's why humans are so attuned to flowers, and we love the way they smell. We love the way they look. Because millions and millions of years ago, you look around Earth and there was probably it was all vegetation. And then one day, all of a sudden, boop, there's a flower. Just one little flower, boop, popped out. it just popped out, and it probably didn't last for very long.
I
But
don't. I love fake flowers.
so flowers are most likely probably most likely the first thing that human beings became attuned to that had no utilitarian purpose, survival based. Most likely, yeah, it's most likely one of the first things that humans became attuned to that had no survival basis. It's just that naturally humans are drawn to flowers because there's much to be taught through a flower. Especially when you observe the flower and you look at it with no mental commentary. If you just hold the flower up and you look at the flower and you just pay attention to the way the light shines off of it, and you just look at it and observe it without allowing the mind to label it, you unlock a portal into the being dimension because you recognize yourself inside of that flower. Fundamentally, that flower is you, so you unlock that dimension. That's why humans are so attuned to flowers. Similarly, that's the same reason why human beings are so attuned to precious stones. Because stones are enlightenment of the earth. They're enlightenment of rocks. They've gone through so much pressure. Diamonds have to be buried for so far into the earth. And they have to go through years and years and years and years of intense pressure, suffering. And then one day, they change their molecular structure and then they become a precious stone. And there is literally nothing that is worth anything about a diamond. Nothing. What the fuck is a diamond? It's nothing. It's worth nothing. But diamonds are literally the most coveted fucking thing in the world. They're like the highest value in the entire world. Why? Because they are enlightenment of the rock. We are naturally attuned to the diamond.
Wow. So you kind of opened my mind to a way of like how people are stuck in linear thinking. I get linear thinking, I can do that, but I can always shift back and forth. I never realized that there were people that were like actually stuck in that way of linear thinking like that much.
Yeah, so
and I feel like I could have more empathy for those types of minds, you know?
We have to be careful with empathy. The reason why we have to be so words can be important when we're speaking about this because we need to separate what's called compassion from empathy. So what happens when you have compassion for someone? So first of all, you have 3 states of being. Once you shut your mind off, you're able to shut it off. You're able to connect back to being. And there's 3 states of being. The 3 states of being is love, peace, and joy. Those 3 states of being stem from the unmanifested. They are not emotions. The word emotion stems from the Latin word emovere. What emovere means is to move out of or to disturb. So emotion literally means to move out of something or to disturb something. And what are you moving out of or disturbing? Your inner peace, your being. We are human beings. Your being dimension of the human worlds. We are human, which is ego involved, worldly, and then being, which is the being dimension, which is spiritual. So you have the 3 states of being. Love is simply a recognition inside of someone else of you inside that person. That's it. That's all love is. And Jesus says, love your enemies. When you look at your enemy and you recognize yourself in them, that's love. Ego-generated love is a misconception of intense like and intense dislike. Ego-generated love says, I will intensely like you as long as you do what I want. As soon as you stop doing what I want, I will withdraw my love and become a certain way to unconsciously manipulate you into acting the way I want you to act. Then once you act the way I want you to again, or do what I want you to do, I will then intensely like you again.
Yep.
So those three states of being, peace and joy, love, peace and joy, exist outside of the realm of feelings, outside of the realm of opposites. Compassion comes in when you feel love for someone, which is a recognition. This could happen with your enemy. You recognize yourself underneath their form, underneath their ego, and then you become aware of their suffering. You recognize yourself, and then you see that enemy is just your ego recognizing another ego, and your ego does not like that person. So you recognize yourself, you become aware that it's that person's ego, and you become aware that they are suffering. You then have compassion for that person because you recognize yourself, and then you recognize their suffering. So it's just a recognition of yourself and a recognition of their suffering. Empathy says, I will feel the way that you're feeling, and I will understand and feel the way you feel. And ultimately, feelings are an illusion. So empathy takes place on the feeling of ego level. Compassion takes place on the level of being. So you've got to separate those two.
In my experience, I have felt like I had to differentiate between what was actually mine and what wasn't. Like, I could always feel everybody's emotions, and they didn't make sense to me. I wouldn't like logically work through them. I'm just like, why am I feeling this way? So I've had to separate empathy is like feeling as it's your own versus empathy separating it from my own, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. So ultimately, no matter what feeling you feel, it's not you. So spiritually speaking, women are generally more identified with their feelings, and men are generally more identified with their mind and their thoughts. It can be the opposite. It can be. Sometimes men are more identified with their feelings, and sometimes women are more identified with their mind. However, on a general level, women are closer to enlightenment than men. Because they're able to not so much identify with their mind, so they're a level closer because they're already in their body. They feel emotions more. They feel more because they're connected to the divine feminine, which has a more expression of feeling. And so fundamentally, they're closer to enlightenment than men because men live in their head most of the time, while women live in their body. Women are already in their body. It's just that women mistake their feelings to be who they are. And so when you feel a feeling, you think that that's who you are, and you view a sense of identity in it by saying, I am sad. I am nervous. That I statement of I am sad gets you to become the feeling. You are then the feeling of sadness. So it doesn't matter if the feeling comes from someone else or if it comes from you. Fundamentally, you will become that feeling no matter if it's yours or them. And the need to know if it's yours or them is a mind thing that needs to understand. And fundamentally, all you need to understand is that you are not the feeling. So it doesn't matter where the feeling comes from. It's just you are not the feeling. So, generally speaking, women are closer to enlightenment because you already live in your body generally. Generally, women are more inside their body.
I wouldn't
Because the ego is more, okay, for instance, take the Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament, God is a direct reflection of the ego. And if you look at Jesus, that is a direct reflection of consciousness. And so the ego gained footing through the male form. It subjugated the female form because it was able to take over men's thinking. And so men think more. Women generally feel more. Feelings stem from inside your body, which is where consciousness lives. Thoughts stem from your mind, which is where the ego lives. So generally, men are more mind identified than women. The divine feminine can be expressed as a womb of creation. The male form subjugated the divine feminine by burning witches at the stake. The divine feminine is more like creation. It's a womb. It's creative. Inside women, you have a womb of creation. That womb of creation puts you naturally closer to enlightenment because your form more directly reflects creation than the men's does. You naturally create life inside of your body. Men can't create life. You creating life inside of your body puts you closer to creation fundamentally because the womb of creation is inside of you. You create life. Just like the unmanifested creates life, you also create life. So that puts you a step closer to enlightenment than men, and that makes you generally more identified with your body and your feeling. Versus men, they're mind identified. They're more up in their head a lot. They're more controlling, possessive. Men are very controlling. That's just like the ego. An ego lives in your mind. Mind. Controlling, possessive, wrathful. Right?
Sorry.
Right? Back in Egypt, the ancient cultures, those cultures worshipped women. They held them in high regard. They worshipped them. Why? Because their form was more closely connected to creation than the man's was. That's why they worshipped women, because women have the womb of creation in their body. So that's why generally women are more identified with their feelings, because naturally they're in their body more. You're closer.
Can I also argue that creation could also be thought-based?
Creation is not thought-based. Creation only comes from the unmanifested through you. Creation can use the mind, but the mind cannot use creation. Nothing new ever comes into this world through thought. It only comes through creation. The mind is a tool. For instance, take the carpenter, for example. The carpenter has a drill on his belt, right? That carpenter should be able to take out his drill whenever he wants to use it and drill a hole. That drill is similar to the mind. We are supposed to use our mind as a tool. The mind is a tool. We do not need the mind to exist. The mind needs us to exist. Now, furthermore, we wouldn't say that this drill creates anything. No, the one who is using the drill creates. So creation flows through you, through the mind. It's not an act of thinking. You are a thoughtless being. You actually don't need thought to exist at all. For example, take your hands right now or your feet and try to move them. Maybe wiggle your fingers or your toes or move your arm or move anything on your body. Do you need to think about moving your finger? Do you need to tell your finger to move? Do you need to tell your toes to wiggle through thinking? No, you don't, right? It just happens. That's how you act. You do not need thinking. Thinking needs you. So you can use the mind. The mind can't use, or the mind uses you a lot. You use the mind. So the true act of creation comes through. And unless you can shut the mind off enough, then nothing new actually comes into this world. It's just a recreation of the old. And that's why a lot of the times you see the same Scream movie that's made 10 different times. And it's remade. It's 10 years old, and then the mind will remake Scream again. Why? Because the mind can't think of anything new. And so the person who's making that movie must take something else that was already created and recreate it. If we could actually step out of our mind, we would have all new movies all the time instead of recreations of the same movie over and over and over.
So what if you're able to step out of the mind and integrate what creation is with what we have here, which is also thinking, and then both can be creation at the same time?
So, wait, repeat your question.
So I get what you're saying, like with the mind and like the way we're just like used to repeating patterns or copying somebody else or just doing what you see outside of yourself. But what if, like, once we get our minds to the point where we can integrate our actual creative, because everybody has masculine and feminine energy. What if we can get our minds to the point where we are in integration with our creative energy, which is masculine and feminine at the same time? And then our thoughts that are creative are no longer just non-creative thoughts.
So exactly. So saying that we have both masculine and feminine energy is actually an illusion. It's an illusion that creates separation. Fundamentally, your energy is neither masculine nor feminine. It's neither. It just is.
Yeah. It would be null and void once it's integrated as...
It's null and void before it's even integrated. It fundamentally is nothing. And when you work from this no thingness, because you can't have something without nothing. You can't have something without nothing. So when you work from this no thingness, you work from a place of wholeness. And the wholeness works through you. And we no longer take credit for any of the actions at all. So consciousness is just expressing itself through the human brain. And it's just working through.
Yeah. So then labels become obsolete.
Yes. Yep.
I just follow my spirit. I don't believe in the mind. I think I can feel my spirit in my vessel. I am a spirit in a vessel. This is all this is. But this flesh is nothing to me. I'm just a spirit, and I'm just a fucking spirit floating in this vessel. Just energy, a spirit walking around. That's all I focus on. I don't think anymore. I mean, I'm thinking, but I'm it's just that's just it's I keep thinking about my past lately. I keep thinking that my memories lately. I'm trying to get out. I'm in two worlds. I'm in my past, and I'm in my present. It's hard. I can't get out of it. And maybe that's what you told me to give up. Is my past. I just gotta give up my past to get my future. And I can't get out of my past. I've had a good life. But I also had a hard life. Like my childhood was great. After childhood, it went to it was good. Well, I fell in love, and love, fucking. I have so much love to give out. I got betrayed, and that betrayal took me to darkness, and I found the darkness, and through that, I use darkness and light together to get with everything you want, to get whatever you desire. I've experienced, I've learned, I've studied so much. I'm here to fucking conquer now. I'm just done. I'm just done with everything.
So just be.
I'm an empath too, so I study everything. I have a photogenic memory. I remember fucking everything. My life flashes before my eyes every fucking second. I just keep thinking my whole life. I just keep in my head while I'm thinking of other shit too. I can't stop thinking. I have so much ADHD, my brain doesn't fucking stop. I think of everything. I'm thinking of you guys. I see all your souls through my vision right now. I feel all your spirits, and I feel your energy right now through this video.
Yep.
You guys feel me? You feel me?
Yes. I'm right there with you. I'm just
very emotional.
Feel me? I just got a feeling in my spine because you're talking about. They call this mania. They call this manic and bipolar. This is a mania. This is my spiritual self. The power.
They call it whatever the fuck they want because they don't understand it. So it's easy to give somebody a name for something that you don't understand. So a lot of people are diagnosed with ADHD and whatever, you feel like you're, what's it called? Having,
bipolar.
You're going into panic attacks and stuff like that. It's not an actual panic attack. A lot of people don't understand it. It's the Holy Spirit trying to talk to you. And so you go your whole life thinking that you're having these panic attacks or the anxiety attacks when it's really the Holy Spirit trying to talk to you. And
I am the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It runs through me. It runs through all of us.
Yes.
Right. And so people get
Mad or
misdiagnosed
physical
because
pain.
nobody knows what it really is. And if
KJ
anybody
says
were to
Jenkins
say,
says
oh, no,
we're the
that's not
first
it, I'm
beings.
communicating with the angelic,
I'm not sure what
then
that
people
means.
are going to think you're crazy. Then they're going to prescribe you
Since
medicine.
my honey
And then you don't
says
realize
ascension
until
is
you get
necessary,
older
not
and
an
you're
option
like, wait
if
a
you wish
minute.
to grow in life.
All
That
those,
is
like me. I had
that's
anxiety
true.
in my anxiety my whole
In
life.
order to actually have
Whole
true
life.
change, you must,
But now I'm looking back like,
That is true.
dang,
You
they
must
was really
ascend.
trying to talk to me. And I didn't understand.
Super ego.
got
What's up,
prescribed
Undame?
medicine, but it's not on file. So it's kind of like, you thought I had anxiety, you prescribed me medicine, but now I'm looking back and it's like, no, that was the Holy Spirit trying to communicate. That was my ancestors communicating, So it's easy for them to diagnose something they don't understand, and that's the main thing. So it's not something's wrong with you.
I've tapped in so far, there's no going back now. I'm not even with. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, I'm sure you guys obviously understand it, but there's nothing to understand.
We
It's just your true self. I don't understand. Because we're all energies together in this right now. But what I'm trying, my first experience when I woke in, I was like 20 years. I was like 19
You're right
or
on
something,
Tim.
and I was coming out. I took a lot of drugs too. I did a lot of fucking drugs in my younger days. I don't do them anymore. But I was really breaking out of the matrix and questioning everything. And my family thought I was crazy. I went to the door. I said I thought I was Jesus for a second. I think I was literally Jesus. They said, no, you're fucking crazy. You're bipolar. You're manic. You need to go be zombified. I was on pills for 6 years. I was in and out of psych wards. For 6 years, I was in and out of them, trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. And then I realized there's nothing to question anymore. Once you know there's no questions and you know the truth, you are free. I've been all my life. I wanted power, freedom. I knew we were stuck in the matrix since birth. Since birth, I know I've always thought of breaking out of it. I mean, I love films, I love games, I love music, I love everything. I don't think
you're so high energy,
your energy is everywhere. Your energy is so everywhere.
Here, no, I am not from this. I am something else from this planet. I mean, there is no planets. There is no Earth. There's nothing.
It's a bird. It's a
me.
plane.
There's nothing but me.
Yeah. No, just went through with my recent experience and all of that, one of the things was they painted me out.
I'm not sure what that means,
whenever I had already been, I had my life established. I was stable. They put me in a fucking psych ward 2 months ago.
My honey says breast milk. Yeah, breast milk is better than formula. Yes.
I think March or April.
Breast milk is better than formula. You can't beat normal breast milk.
The sign that you guys came to me is like, okay, I'm not fucking crazy. I went back. I was out of it for 6 years. I didn't go for 6 years because they have it on a show right now called Vega Sustana. And like, I don't know if I should keep taking it because like I do get aggressive. If like I don't get my way, I'll get a little bit too aggressive. I do get violent. I'm a big guy and I'm strong. I'm not scared of anything. I'll fuck someone up in real life. I will. I've never lost a fight. I've never lost a fight. I'm ready to die. I was born to die. I was born to fucking die.
I hear you.
Hold on. Show me what you just had up to the camera again.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
I didn't see it.
This is the Colorado good shit, and then I got the edible.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my god. I
don't have contacts right now, so I was trying to see what you posted up there. So,
Yes, humility. Yes, absolutely. That is.
Okay, so completely irrelevant.
Yes, that
real
is
quick.
big bull.
I'll let you guys talk
You are
first. I guess so now I want to say something fast. I need some really, really I'm super smart, but I need some super smart people, and I need some technology type people because I'm seriously going to invent something that I wanted to my whole life and it's still not done yet. So I want to be the first with help. I want to invent smell-o-vision. Dead ass. Not even kidding.
What is
so
like?
Okay, let me explain. So like, for instance, we were talking about food, right, earlier? Okay, so I want to invent something. So let's say or Sophia or Dragon or somebody's cooking food, right? And I'm watching her cook food through my phone, or she's on TV, let's say Gordon Ramsay, and we're watching them on TV and they cooking stuff, and you know in your mind you're like, oh, I bet that smells good, bro. Like, shit, I want some. I want to invent something that I want to call like smell-o-vision or something, where you can literally smell what the other person is motherfucking cooking. I mean, dead ass serious. I'm not even kidding.
What that smell like?
Similar to that. There's something similar to that they already do at Disney. You could probably look.
When I'm going to jail.
No. What you do when you just make something new?
Oh, you're saying that like
old,
is what you're saying.
and you tweak it to what you want. Because Disney already has like smell Disney ride, where you ride this Disney ride, and you can it gives your other senses interaction, and so they probably have a patent on that, and some company probably makes it. So if you look at those two places, align yourself up with that company, maybe work with them, see what the patents are. You can Google the patent or go to the US patent.gov place or .org, I don't know which one it is, but if you first step there, then you can move towards where you want to go, and you don't need a team. The patents are best for individuals because in that way you get paid for it, and you don't have to.
Oh, we all getting paid. I'm not greedy. We all don't get paid.
But it gets real hairy in legal sense when you have partners.
Not when they're loyal.
So, if you get into a partner,
I don't even care.
it's alright to do partners, but whoever like let's say it's actually your idea or whatever, you just want to keep the controlling. You want to keep the controlling split. So, the 51-49, right? Because sometimes it's just a partner thing that you guys do, but it's not a good idea to have a business with someone where you both have 50%. You want one person to be able to have the final say in the decision.
Well, yeah, that'd be me. But
Yeah.
I'd be paying someone to create it. It's people from the fashion. They design their clothes, but they're not the ones that push them up there. Like, you know, whoever made it, they're not the ones that are putting these clothes together.
She's got the
You remember scratches?
I have a saying that you got to be cautious of the Facebook effect because Zuckerberg, who I nicknamed Zuckerberg, it's Zuckerberg, he has Facebook, but he actually stole it from the Vandervoss twins or whatever, however you say their name, and then he paid them later. So it's just a cautionary tale. I think it's a great idea, and yeah, I mean, I'm always up for projects.
I'll kill you. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn, you are correct. I always said, sir, ma'am. Sorry.
It's a good idea. I've thought about it for a lot, but I don't know. I'll get to it eventually. Yeah, steal it. I'm coming for you.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Limited
what's your
86 says, wants to be my apprentice.
What's that?
What's your business idea?
My business idea.
Anybody's.
I would say in the scratch and snap, that idea reminded me of scratch.
Yeah, where do you think I came up with it? It was like whenever, like, back in the day when I was growing up, they had Avon books, right? And you go through the pages and it had perfume that they
Marijuana
sold and all sorts of
ceremony?
stuff. Facial stuff, makeup. And then you go to a page and it was a new perfume that came out. And you can scratch the page. And you
Hey,
can smell it.
that's what's up, Starseed.
Literally.
See, I think with your idea, it'd be like not as simple as like putting the smell in the TV, but you like push a button and then you can smell the aroma of what's coming off. It's like pre-programmed smell.
Right. Like if you cooking chicken, I'm smelling chicken. Okay. If you cooking macaroni, let me get that macaroni smell. I don't care.
I like the smell.
Carne asadas.
I'm seeing it.
I'm dead as fuck.
This is shit back in the day because I had a sniff and smell strawberry pager.
What's up, Joshua?
Oh, I'm gross.
Or am I too old?
No, you're not. I remember Tamagotchis.
Tamagotchi robots.
I miss my Tamagotchi, yo. Forbidden, I need a Tamagotchi off eBay.
I'm pretty sure mine has been dropped.
Yeah, I need a Tamagotchi, yo. They still sell them online. Just saying.
Christmas gift idea.
Christmas idea. You know
Ain't the
what's
same
about
no
me?
more though.
It's definitely not.
Oh.
Hey, Joshua, did you hear my idea?
Yeah, I did hear your idea. You know, I was thinking about that, and that's actually like moving into different dimensions.
Hey, dude, really?
Yeah, you're like pulling up all these dimensions. You want to have like a 5D sense thing going on, bro. You're going to be opening up a portal us in the middle of a movie.
Okay, wait a minute. I just thought of something bad coming from the smell vision. Oh, God.
Oh,
Sorry.
somebody
I just...
smart.
No, like, my mind went straight to the other, like, because I know a lot of people watch porn, and they go, like, let me smell what it smells like.
You know what? Yeah, smell that.
All that going on. Yeah.
Technology always goes to
You
porn.
wouldn't ask.
We make $1 trillion off of that outflow.
What is that?
Okay, fine.
No, Lynn. No, Lynn, you gotta get it even targeted more into the porn thing. You need to make a feet smell-o-vision. So you can do the feet smell-o-vision, bro. You would make so much money with the feet smell-o-vision, for real.
I mean, for that money, can you smell that money? Is that what you're talking about when they say smell? Smell like.
Oh, she smell like brownies. Yeah, I can see her.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. Bad thoughts. Hold on. Give me a minute, y'all.
Alright, take breath. Deep breath now.
Ooh, you smell that new pumpkin pie lotion I got on? I'm dead as fuck.
Lavender.
I got a candle. It was
I like lavender, patchouli. Ooh, and I like eucalyptus.
I like this smell. This smell of marijuana.
Mota.
Love you too, Big Air.
¿Tú necesitas mota?
Big Air Fresh Leaf.
Fuego. Sí.
He's in a city in Italy.
Necesitas fuego.
Caliente.
Fuego?
Laughter is good for the soul. It's very healing.
Any noodles?
Italy, right? Malta?
I have no idea where that's located. Nobody.
Laughter is very good healing for the soul.
Marijuana.
So I don't
Oh, probably.
Italy.
swear. You
Did he just leave us? He fucking
Not
left
Malta.
us.
what part had to be president of Malta, island Malta?
I'm dead.
Lynn, you know the king does not announce his presence or let you know he's leaving. Just Irish
He's
Yeah.
gonna learn to
Yeah,
if he
it's
he's gonna learn.
It's an
gonna
independent
get a little-
island, not a part of Italy. But it's
When he
around.
comes back, I'm gonna set off the royal horn. Oh shit! I do not.
I'm dead.
And
What
we
are you
should
gonna
also
listen to Chocolate Mountain?
Oh dang it! No, I didn't upload it.
No, chocolate dip.
You
Was
know
that
what
like a
you
Men
can
in
do
Black
with it?
reference?
Huh?
Wait, what?
The chocolate milk or in Men in Black where Will Smith like went through time and he had to drink the chocolate milk.
No paradox. No, that's not what they're referring to.
Okay. Well,
They're referring to milk jugs.
Oh.
She introduced it to chocolate milk.
From like HEB?
I'm dead. I'm so dead.
Were you not in the chat? Like, were you not in the chat when we were talking about the chocolate milk?
No, I don't. I think it would be horchata.
Oh,
Ooh, I like horchata. Oh, the king has returned. Y'all style.
when people say that, it reminds me of the Lion King.
Simba.
I can't.
Remember who you are.
Remember who you are. Maybe you're not Simba.
I'll be Mufasa.
I'm done.
I love Mufasa. Anywho, I will let y'all have fun. I'm gonna get to sleep.
I should probably go to sleep too, but I'm not. Good night.
Or whatever.
Good night. Yeah, have a good night, buddy.
Night, Jasper. Night, everybody. It's very nice meeting all the new faces and such.
Absolutely. Have a good night, Paradox.
Bye.
Take care.
You know how you can hold an emoji and change the color,
What?
right? So like if you have, like on the emojis, like if you're doing the shrugging the shoulders on the emoji, you can hold it and it'll change the color of the chick for the guy that you're using. I want
Yeah.
one for the milk, so I can change it to chocolate milk.
You know what? I thought you really had some. Get out.
Maybe like app design, like emoji design or something. I should be able to
You know I'm working on a sticker now about chocolate milk.
Are you? Oh, I'm super excited.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a chocolate milk one. It's coming. It's coming.
I'm super excited now. We know who's going to use the chocolate milk all the time. Bing.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Hi, Nicole.
I come up with something I didn't know it's so
We
small.
just got a letter. No, I just popped in.
That's a really
We
good
just got
idea.
a letter. We just got a letter.
We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from.
Guess what, guys?
We're all to Lulu.
I will be opening up my services on Wednesday.
What are they?
Hell yeah.
My reading
Seriously?
services. Yeah.
Not you, her. Is what I said. Seriously.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you.
It was like a whole conversation.
You post readings like on YouTube, like Forbidden does.
No, I do live readings.
I suggest that he does, but yeah.
Well, you know, Mr. Forbidden, I did just get my computer today, so give me a second.
Pump your brakes, boo. Pump your brakes.
You need to do it now, bro.
You know, I do have a mastocytis of a 23-week fetus inside of me that I'm carrying around. I'm eating for two still. I'm just kidding. Seriously,
It be like that sometimes.
I don't know the reference.
size of the one. On top of my adrenal gland. On top of my kidney.
I am American, yes I am.
Hi, Jeffrey.
What up?
Hi, Aspen.
Sorry, I'm
Your process is dragon.
I can't see.
You don't
really
really
need to
Sorry.
This is absurd.
No, you're fine. I don't care if anyone knows. I mean, I've talked about it. It's on YouTube recording, so it's not a secret.
So you said the size of a what?
I'm literally eating just a chicken breast. That's it, just a chicken breast.
Of, a woman that's halfway pregnant, so 23-week fetus is what she referred to.
Alright.
A very, very large grapefruit.
That's a big ass baby.
I'm on the West Coast, so it's Pacific Standard Time.
Well, it's on my adrenal gland, but the biggest issue is that it's squishing my kidney. And when I have my CT scan, the CT scan's not really meant for inside structures.
No, I live in Oregon. I live in Oregon.
An MRI to actually see what the structure is and see if it's connected to the kidney at all. And that's where I'm at right now.
Of course, BTA. I'm not sure what you're thinking me for, but you're welcome.
Yeah, they obviously won't tell you it's not cancer until they actually test it and see what it is, but they won't biopsy. Yeah, they won't biopsy it because of where it's at. So, and also chance if it is cancerous, it would spread.
You can get a blood test with cancer antigens done to see if you actually have cancer. Maybe you can ask.
Yeah, no, all that came back normal. The only thing that they're thinking is because of the size of it, and B, how rapidly it's grown. That's kind of a concerning thing. But the biggest thing that they're concerned about is that it's now like merged in with the kidney, and if that's the case, I think the whole thing's got to kind of serious.
So you can live with one kidney. Maybe you can all be removed.
Yeah, you can live with just one kidney. Your kidney will actually. Yeah, it'll grow half the size that it is right now, even bigger to help compensate.
Do they plan to do that, or do you want to do that?
I don't want to do that, but I mean, if that's what
you'll never know what you're gonna get.
Just the pressure alone that I feel, it's not good.
Mama always said life's like a box of chocolates.
Thanks, guys.
If we had smell-o-vision, we would be able to smell what Poison is eating right now, bro.
Smell-o-vision.
I'm just saying.
No, as soon as you brought that up. No, first thing that came up was feet. As soon as you said that, that's not what I think. It's because of forbidden. It's goddamn feet.
Your fault. That's y'all's fault. It's feet. Okay, never mind.
I am out on smell-o-vision because of that specific thing.
I didn't say feet. Oh my god.
No, forbidden did. Forbidden did. I'm out.
Whose feet is you trying to smell? Forbidden? Nobody? Okay.
I'm not trying to smell anybody's. I actually seriously, feet displease me, but just the context that we were saying, it would be so targeted that you would be able to make a condensed amount of money with a targeted feet-o-vision smell.
Wait,
that's true.
We do pay for
along with porn, but I think I'd rather do food.
Well, we were talking about porn, so the porn subject came up. So that's where it came from.
That was not his fault. Okay, that was not his fault.
That was my fault. I'm the one that realized that doing smell-o-vision, people would want to do it with porn. I apologize.
You had a good point. People use it with a perfume.
Pardon's been granted.
Not just porn. Boom.
Oh boy.
All I was eating was a chicken breast and pineapple and walnuts.
Oh, you was eating breast? Of course you were.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here's the conundrum. I work at a chicken place, and I literally just brought home breast and chicken.
I mean, my favorite is leg, though.
Yeah, because dark.
yeah.
Leg.
The whole leg.
Actually, I have tattoos on my legs. Like,
Mainly the upper leg, if you know what I'm saying. Mainly the more upper thigh. I mean, it's all part of the leg, but like, you know.
that median, yeah, I got you. I got you that.
Yeah.
Whoa, an orb just flied past your screen. Forbidden.
Did it?
It went like it was like a light. It was like a bright yellow, and it just went.
Whose screen?
Forbidden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just went like right
Thank
behind.
you, Miss Smitty.
That was
Thank
interesting.
you for your hanging out with me. I love you.
Are you talking about the yellow
Yeah,
light?
sorry.
Like
Yeah,
this?
there was like a yellow light that flew past.
I thought I was crazy. I saw that too.
Nice done that.
It's good to know that you're crazy too.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Forbidden Fruit.
What's up?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm okay. How about yourself?
Not bad. Just got back to my hotel.
Mm-hmm.
What are you up to tonight?
Right now I'm hanging out in my Discord channel. Saturday nights are my Discord live stream. I'm actually on live. I'm on live right now, and I should tell you that I'm on live, so careful. I'm on live right now. So don't say anything you don't want to anybody else to hear right now. So I should tell you that immediately. So yeah, I'm in the middle of my live stream, but I would like to hang out if you want to. I mean, you could just probably. Where at in Portland are you right now?
I'm in the southeast part of town right now. I
Okay.
have my car, so I can come to you too if that's easier.
I have a lot of roommates. I have roommates, so I mean, it's not. Yeah, I mean, so, and it's kind of already late. It's like late already, so like.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just. I don't know. We can either meet somewhere, or I can come to you, or.
Yeah, either way is fine. You're welcome to come here. I can send you the address.
All right, yeah, just send me the address, and then yeah, I'm gonna hang out for my live stream for just a little bit longer, and then I'll probably head over.
Okay, cool. I'll send you my number too, in case it's easier to connect that way.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet you. I look forward to talking to you more.
Yeah, you too. I will see you soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Talk soon. Bye.
Talent.
What was you saying?
You're so
What?
talented.
Me?
The way you see light and look into like just like not even the energy, but just like the light body of the situation. And
So you see white, and he sees white and yellow, and he's the seraphim. So what
So
am I?
yeah, my energy body's very strong. Yeah, and like
I know, I can
forbidden
feel it.
knowledge would say like kind of like Hulk energy, like something like
I'm
it's
a
a very
Hulk.
strong.
you pull it from like your
If you're seraphim, you should know what I am.
you pull it from here.
If you're,
Yeah.
you know how many people have asked me at this same exact thing to me? Like you're the second person to say, to get me to ask you, oh, if you're a seraphim, or if you're Ra, if you're this, if you're that, you would be able to sense me.
No. That's not what I mean. I know what each and every single one of you are. I don't need to ask you. I just ask you because I'm being polite. I personally know what each of you are, and I'm not going to tell you what each of you are because you may think you're something different than what I know you actually are.
Tell me.
And if
I'm
you,
interested.
I cannot tell you what you are. It's against the rules. But if you see white light around me and yellow,
Yeah.
then you literally just said what I am without saying it. I just can't say it.
So it's like a label, I guess. I don't really see labels.
Like you're saying you're basically trying to you're saying like, oh, I'm an angel as well, is what you're saying, and I can see it in your eyes that you are.
Am I?
Yeah, I can see.
We all are.
Only.
Here's the
I
thing.
can see.
Here's the thing. Technically, everyone here is angels. There are different angels. You can be more than one angel. You can be an angel, a witch, a dragon. You can be so many different things at once. So, you said I was an angel? You think I'm an angel?
Yeah, most humans are.
Okay, which one? My main one.
I'm getting Lilith.
That's real. That's all like. No.
But that may not
You're
be
getting
me.
Lilith?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's interesting.
Wait, she's not considered
Yeah,
an
I feel
angel.
like we're in Blue's Clues and we're thinking. I feel like we're
Demon
got our
eyes.
thinking caps on and we're
Sorry.
thinking like Blue's Clues.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking.
Is I can tell you,
I
Angel.
love this demonized. Sorry. No. Lilith Angel. So, like, maybe you create that.
I'm like, okay, if I was an angel, it would have to be Metatron.
Oh, Metatron. I love Metatron.
I've always felt like I was him.
Yeah.
So would Raphael.
Very
I'll be right back, guys.
Raphael. I like Archangel Michael. I've worked
Yeah.
with him a lot. He's really cool.
He's very, like, ugh, for an angel. Very intense. It's the root chakra energy, so yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Like, I just went from Metatron to Michael. The difference was like, bleh. But he's very, very like powerful and fighting.
He's been fighting the war for thousands of years. Of course, he's been that kind of energy. He's like super fast too. Like he's like 1 second he's like in front of you, the next second he's behind you. That energy, and he's like sword.
I will say that you both are right.
What?
I'm going to say that you both, on your guesses, you're right, but I'm not going to say right about which ones. Because I am several different angels in one, as well as other things.
Yeah, like kind of like a general of thing, like a general of the angels. Yeah, I definitely.
Technically, there is no general angel. There is no angel better than the next angel. They're all the same. There is no assistant, first, captain. There's none of that. All angels are all the same.
They also have different attributes to them, though.
They have different attributes. They have different reasons why they're here. None are more, less, or important than the others. But I am a.
Apparently, like Satan, he was escorted out of heaven.
Oh, he wasn't escorted. He was kicked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Him and the. What, 300
They're
plus
different.
fallen angels?
Satan.
Yeah.
The devil Lucifer way. Just depends on how you view
No,
it.
you said you. Yeah, you said you could tell by my eyes. What about my eyes?
Usually it's the light within the eyes. Usually they said to be like, what am I trying to say? Like, they're
Actually, already said it. The light.
yeah. It's usually like a very people with light in their eyes usually are very angelic.
Highly. And I am highly. Did you know that my eye color is.
What?
What? Did you you know that my eye color is only 1% of the United States population, but 5% of the entire world's population, and my eyes are amber eyes.
Really?
So,
Like vampire. I have very dark. Like I have people with dark eyes. Like for me, I'm like a dark eyes are usually like old souls. People that are have like I'm not. My hair is my eyes are not brown, but they are like a dark brown.
yeah, like,
I love Dragon, dude.
Shut the shit
I
up.
love Dragon.
Like, bro, look at me. Like, who does that? I don't know.
They're not necessarily black. It's also the lighting. Like when it comes to eye color, it's not just the color of your eye. Because if you notice, your eyes can change color in the sun. They can change color in the light. They can change color fluorescent. They can change color with anything. It's like my eyes are like literally gold when I go outside in the sun.
Yeah.
And then 5 seconds they can change to green or they can change to blue. Like my eyes change every single color, which is not normal. So
yeah, like I was saying,
like, you haven't looked at my pictures in Bulletin, Dragon. Like my eyes are never the same color when I post in Bulletin.
Fear is fake. Fear is definitely an illusion. That is very true.
Souls, I guess, or like higher selves, or just like whatever spirit we're.
Well,
there's like my
The legacy of the Jedi is hubris.
yeah, so
Okay.
it's something that people don't notice unless they like literally see me all the time. Like growing up, people didn't tell me my eyes change colors all the time, but I knew they did. And so it was kind of like, oh, you guys wait till I get older. Now all of a sudden your eyes are pretty. And I'm like, you guys have said that my whole life. And they're like, but your eyes are gold. That's not even a real color. And I'm like, actually, gold is a color. People's eyes don't change color.
It's very rare. I like the eyes that change color. Like I forget the actual term, but it's like one eye's one color and the other eye's another.
Oh yeah, that's
also another very rare.
2% of the world.
The rarest.
That's 1% of the world.
That's literally
Purple is 1% of the world. Yeah. And then mine are 1% of the U.S. population.
It's interesting. I really love when black people have like blue eyes. That's when it's just like that's absolutely beautiful.
Mine change blue, green, brown, hazel, gold, light brown, dark brown. It just depends. And
I think
eyes change according to my mood.
My eyes are color. I think so dark.
All things come from source. That is true.
Like brown eyes,
That
and
is
my mom had
100%
green. When you mix brown and green together, it just makes a really dark color.
That is very true.
Plus, like
Sometimes. I mean, you can have 2 different eye colors. The parents and then the eyes of the child are way completely different. Like it also based on your heritage, your line. It's not always based off just those 2 parents that have a child. So. But yes, you guys are all right at the same time of what I am. I just can't say it. It's against the rules, but I can't tell you which ones.
It's against the rules.
Are you a Scorpio? It's very mysterious. Like the way you're leading off with that, it's like mysterious. I'm asking, are you a Scorpio?
I'm an Aquarius.
You're an Aquarius.
I'm an Aquarius.
I'm a Cancer.
Why do they give you like that?
I think I just spoke that the other day. I was like, yeah. Cancer, Taurus, Leo, like I was saying earlier. I think there's only one of those.
One of the top 3 highest intelligent in the world. So I hear.
Who?
Who'd you say does?
Huh?
Who'd you say has the top intelligence? I didn't hear what you said.
I said there's 3 that are the top most intelligent horoscopes. And Aquarius is one of the 3, but it's actually known as the top intelligent of all the horoscopes.
Oh, gotcha.
Supposedly.
Yeah,
I'm pretty hard.
and like the.
And I say supposedly because each horoscope is going to say they are the smartest or the most beautiful or the most whatever. So in reality, everybody's going to say they're the top whatever because they're that sign. But
But air is known for intelligence. Yeah.
he's still boy on. Sorry, I'm like doing 3 different things right
All
now.
right, guys, I gotta get off of this
I'm on 2
live.
different
I love you all.
Facebooks.
Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for joining
Anyone
my
else
live.
in
I love you. I love you. I love you.